Urgent. My sister's YouTube channel at Renawatif has been hacked. Please be aware of any strange or unusual content posted on her channel as it is no longer under her control. We urge you to subscribe to her new channel, Rena Fiction, to avoid any confusion or misinformation. Thank you for your understanding and support during this difficult time. Hello to all lovers of lemon scenes. I invite you all to my boosty so you can watch your favorite Naruto What If stories in complete comfort. A subscription to Naruto Lemon, the first video with a full lemon, is already on my boosty channel. Dare! Evening in Konoha. On the mountain stood a 12-year-old teenager with blood-scarlet hair and azure blue eyes. On each cheek, he had 3 stripes that looked like a fox mustache. He was dressed in a mesh t-shirt over which he wore a black sweater with a red swirl on the back and stripes on the sleeves. The pants were also black and had a whirlpool sign with stripes. He was also wearing a white-red cloak with black fire at the bottom. He looked at Konoha. I saw young couples walking in the parks, shinobi returning from missions and rushing to the residence to report it. But she hasn't changed much, thought the scarlet-haired man. Flashback. A 4-year-old boy with scarlet hair and 3 stripes on his cheeks was running along the evening streets of Konoha. Today was a celebration in honor of the victory over the 9-tailed fox and the birthday of the Hokage children. All children sit at home with their parents and celebrate with their families. Someone drank in a bar, someone walked in the parks. But not Naruto, that was the name of this boy, although almost no one called him that. Only Tsuchi, the owner of the eatery, I am, Tsuchi's daughter, and the 3rd Hokage were called by his name. For everyone else, he was a demon. He was always looked at with hatred and contempt. Sometimes they were even beaten, but once a year, on October 10th, they declare a hunt for Naruto. And it's his birthday. It was from the hunters that he now ran away, however, quite well, since from the year he began to hide from people. It may seem strange that a 1-year-old child is trying to hide, but not in the case of Naruto. He was a genius and learned to walk and run at 1 year, speak at 1.5, and read at 2. The scarlet-haired man ran from alley to alley, ran from street to street, but at one moment he ran into a dead end. He realized that he could not do well. Well, I got it, now I'll be in the hospital again. Well, how to lie, a few hours after getting into it, they will still throw me out. Or maybe they'll kill me at all, but it's not even bad, otherwise I can't live like that, although no, I don't live, but I exist. Thought the scarlet-haired man. So we caught up with you, now you won't run away, demon, one of the shinobi said. Let's avenge him for our families, suggested another. Yes. The others supported him. The tallest of them ran up to Naruto and kicked him in the stomach. Blood came out of the boy's mouth and he fell to the ground. The others ran up to him and started beating him. Suddenly, one of them took out a kunai and cut Naruto's eyes with it, leaving a scar. Ay. There was a cry from the gateway, but no one was going to save the boy. This is for your father. Ahahaha. Laughs the shinobi who hurt Naruto's eyes. Scarlet-haired loses consciousness due to pain shock. He is thrown into a garbage can and he is left lying in his pool of blood, unnecessary to anyone. POV Naruto. His eyes darkened sharply and a huge pain went. Ay. I shout. I understand that I'm dying, finally. Suddenly I wake up in some place on the floor of which there is water. I don't know where I am, but I feel warmth from somewhere. I start to go there. Soon I stood in front of this heat source. End POV Naruto. Huge red eyes with a vertical pupil look at the boy from behind the cage. And here is my jailer, he didn't think that we would meet so early, and you are a pathetic frail little thing. Said the eyes in a menacing voice. Hello, who are you? Just can't see anything, Naruto said in a frightened voice. I am the great nine-tailed fox demon, have you come to me for power? Asked Kyubi, but Kitsune is the nine-tailed fox. No, I actually accidentally got here when I was beaten, especially since this power is yours and no one else belongs, Naruto answered. An interesting kid, quickly gathered himself, and even the first one who said that it was my strength, thought the fox. Then get out of here. Wait, what are your names, Kyubi and Demon Fox? These are nicknames invented by people, right? Fox was very surprised, but did not show it. Why do you need to know my name? Kyubi asked. I want you to become my first friend. It seems to me that you can not only hate, you are also capable of feelings. Well, do you agree? At this moment, the fox could not control himself and opened his mouth in surprise, because this is the first person who wants to make friends with him. Do you really want to be friends with me? Fox clarified. Yes. Kurama, my name is Kurama, Kyubi said proudly. The boy asked. Yes, you need to break that seal on the cage, but I'm sorry, I forgot that you are now blind. Exactly, listen, how will I see now? Do you know what chakra is? Asked Kurama. Yes, this is a thing with which you can do techniques, Naruto replied. Well, not really, chakra is a mixture of spiritual and physical energy inside you. So, there are two options. First, I can grow new eyes for you. Pros, you will be able to see a little better, since the eyes will become fox-like. Cons, you will be hated even more. But there is also a second way. You can spread your chakra and feel everything around you, and if you develop this ability you will be able to determine the location of the enemy and dodge objects flying at you. Cons, you will not be able to see everything in colors. Wow, that is, not everything is lost. Well, I'll probably choose the second option, it will be more useful in battle. Thanks for the story, Naruto said. Glad to help. By the way, can I remove the seal now? Yes, but you will die, although if you tear off a small piece, then I will be able to develop your STS, chakra circulation system, driving chakra through the chakra channels, hear and feel everything that you hear and feel. Cool, I'll do it, but only when I learn how to somehow release chakra. By the way, Ku, will you train me? Of course I don't want my Jinchuriki to be weak. Kurama replied. And I thought to myself, moreover, I'm worried about you, ehe. Thanks Ku, I'm going, he said, disappearing. Father, this is the one you were talking about, I'm sure. Kurama said to the void. End flashback. Continuation of flashback. Konoha Hospital. Naruto woke up and smelled drugs, which means that he is in the hospital he hates so much. Hi Ku, are you there? Naruto greeted. And you don't get sick, but I'm here, Kyubi replied. Listen Ku, could you teach me sensory now so that I at least get out of the hospital? Of course, but first you need to feel the chakra. For this, sit in a comfortable position for you, throw away all thoughts and imagine how something is flowing inside you. Will be done, answered the Scarlet-Haired. Naruto sat in the lotus position and tried to feel the chakra. After 30 minutes he was able to sense the chakra. Naruto was very happy about it. Hurrah, hurrah, I did it! Kurama's friend shouted enthusiastically. You are quick, however, it usually takes 2 or even 3 days. You are done, so now try to drive chakra through your chakra channels, said the fox. Naruto did just that, he imagined the chakra flowing through his chakra channels. After a few attempts he succeeded. Now try to release the chakra around you and feel it. Now the boy imagined the chakra flying around the room and released it. The next step was the sensation of objects around him. After about 20 minutes, he was able to feel the cabinet next to him, the mirror opposite the bed, and soon all the other items in the ward. But Naruto did not stop and released more chakra. It began to flow into the corridor and into the street. As a result, Naruto could feel the entire ward of the corridor and the surroundings of the street. "Phew, this is not as easy as it seems," said the crimson-haired one. "You're doing well, it's very difficult to develop your sensory abilities right away," said Kurama. I have guests coming while Ku." The doctor came into the ward and looked at the boy with hatred and disgust. "If it weren't for the ANBU to immediately throw you out, the demon," the doctor said. "I'm already leaving," the boy replied coldly, leaving the board and subsequently from the hospital. "So you need to go to the Hokage and ask for access to the library. They won't let me in just like that, and I need to pick up the allowance," Naruto thought. Hokage's office. "Hokage-sama, the Jinchuriki have been attacked," said the ANBU in the monkey mask. Again, for the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze, it has become the norm for village weapons to be attacked. "Yes, this time he was deprived of his sight, damaging his eyes," the monkey answered. "How could this happen?" the Hokage asked furiously. "We did not have time to save him." Knock on the door. "Come in," Minato said. A thin boy of about 4 years old with red hair, stripes on his cheeks and in old clothes entered the office. "Hokage-sama, can you please secure access to the library?" the boy asked with some hope. "Wait, what's wrong with your eyes?" Minato asked. "Well, on October 10th, as usual, I ran away from Shinobi, but where can a 4-year-old boy run away from Chunin? I was squeezed in an alley and started beating, and suddenly one of them took out a kunai and hurt my eyes," Naruto replied coldly. "What? Did anyone help you?" asked the fourth. No one has ever helped me," the scarlet-haired man replied in surprise. "Monkey," Minato said, a little annoyed, because the weapon was attacked and could have been killed, and this is unacceptable. "What is it, Hokage-sama?" asked the monkey. "Demon, did you hear his voice?" "Yes, I heard. On October 10th, he said, the demon is running into the alley. Here, hold the kunai," the boy replied. "He's lying," the ANBU said, a little scared. "Inoichi to me," Minato ordered irritably. "So will you give me access to the library?" "Do you, a demon, have access to the library? Get out," the Hokage replied ruefully. After these words, Naruto runs out of the office and runs to the forest. No one will find him there. In the office. "Did you call Hokage-sama?" asked a blond man in his 30s. "Yes, check my ANBU for Jinchuriki protection," fourth answered. "Yes." After a few minutes he said, ANBU in the monkey mask organized a hunt for Jinchuriki. "Dog, him." And an ANBU in a dog mask with gray hair slanted to the side appeared behind the monkey and knocked him out. "Kakashi, watch the Jinchuriki." "Yes, Minato-sensei," said the ANBU and disappeared into the haze. POV Naruto. "Well, why are people so stupid, even the Hokage? How can you not understand that I'm not Kurama, but he is sealed in me, and if they are afraid that Ku will come out, then they doubt the skill of the Hokage. I fled to a shelter in the forest that I built myself. No one will find me there. Running to the place, I sat down on a bed made of leaves and grass. Ku, hello. Hello. Let me tear off a piece of the seal like you said. Okay, I will hold back my chakra flows so that you will not even experience pain." I went to the cage and, feeling the seal, I tore off a small piece. "Fine, Naruto, now I can not only hear and feel everything that you hear and feel, but also drive my chakra through your central nervous system, developing it and the center of the chakra. Thanks Ku. By the way, can I change my inner world?" "Yes, this is your subconscious." I began to imagine a forest, a lake, a waterfall, mountains, and the sun. When I opened my eyes, I heard the sound of water and the chirping of birds. "Naruto, thank you so much." "No way." "Okay, Ku, let's start training." "Okay, Naruto, let's first learn very useful techniques that will help you in training." The first is henge. You can take on any image that you imagined. As you understand, you can go to the library without obstacles and you will not be kicked out, etc. And the second is shadow clones. Clones will remember everything they did and pass this knowledge on to you along with fatigue, but the technique is expensive, although you have reserves like an average jonin. Wow, let's get started. Okay, to use the henge, put down the seal of concentration and visualize the image you want to become. I pictured a man of about 18 in standard shinobi uniform with blonde hair and blue eyes. Having laid down the seal of concentration, I imagined how I would become that person. Well, how did it work out? I asked a friend. Wow, you used henge perfectly the first time. It usually takes a week to master it. So come on, shadow clones. Okay, cross your fingers and imagine how the chakra evenly separates from you, creating an exact copy of you. So, let's try. I folded the seal and did as Ku said. A sluggish clone appeared. I tried again, imagining the image more clearly and evenly trimmed the chakra. A perfect clone came out. I used my hengi on it, and a young blonde was standing next to me. Well, how? I asked. I'm shocked. You're a real genius. Okay, send a henge clone to the library. Let him take books on history, chakra theory, bukijutsu, taijutsu, ninjutsu, and anatomy. Create another clone. Let him run around the village and distract the ANBU. I did this and began to wait for what my first friend would say. End POV Naruto. So Naruto, now run 10 circles around the training ground. There was an abandoned training ground in the forest. 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups and 40 press. Get started. An hour later, Naruto collapsed. Kurama allowed me to rest. A clone came from the library, and having created 5 more clones, I sent them to read. Naruto, create another 25 clones, send 10 of them to improve taijutsu, 10 to bukijutsu, 2 to meditate and 3 to rest, and you start again. After 2 hours, Naruto finished, and when he came home, he dispelled the clones and passed out. 6 months later. Naruto, you have mastered the theory of the academy well, improved your performance in Tai and Bukijutsu, expanded your chakra reserves to the level of a strong jonin, also chakra control, and significantly improved your sensory skills. Kurama spoke about the successes. Naruto, it's time. What is Ku? You don't know who your parents are, do you? No, what do you know? Naruto, usually calm and cold, asked hopefully. Yes, I know your parents are Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki, so you have a brother Menma Namikaze and a sister Naruko Uzumaki. Inside Naruto, everything broke. He was told that his parents died during the attack of the fox. And now he found out that his parents abandoned him. Why did they leave me? Why? Naruto whispered furiously. As far as I understand, after sealing me into you, your Uzumaki genes awakened and your hair turned red, as well as small claws and fangs that you can remove at will, since you tore off a piece of the seal. So, Minato thought that I captured your mind and handed it over to an orphanage, and Kushina said that you died. So the fourth is to blame for everything. I'll show him what kind of son he lost. Kurama, I have an idea. Let me leave the village before the genin exam. Can you infuse a clone with your chakra? Yeah, just need a lot of my and your chakra, are you sure? I'm sure it will be better. I won't be followed. I'll become a mercenary to gain experience. Well, collect things and create a clone. Naruto created a clone. He nourished it with his chakra and Kurama's chakra. Naruto decided that the clone would wear a fool mask and take tests for a passing ball. Arriving home, he packed his things and left the village at night. Well, the adventure has begun. Naruto said, looking into the distance. End flashback. Naruto jumped off the Hokage cliff and ran home across the rooftops. When he got home, he saw a mess. He took off his shoes. He went into the room and almost stepped on a box of ramen. Yeah, my clone got too used to the role of a fool. Okay, I'll clean up after kindergarten tomorrow. Ahahaha, an appropriate name for the academy, Kurama said. Hello Ku, okay, I'll dispel the clone right now, I hope I don't die. Naruto lay down on the bed next to the clone and dispelled it. Naruto's mind flashed through the memories of the clone. Memories of the hatred of people, of the academy, of being the last one in the class. The clone, as Naruto intended, pretended to be a fool. And moreover, he got used to the role so much that when viewing Naruto's memories, for a moment he thought that he really was a fool, but only for a moment. My clone did everything as I wanted. So all the kids will be surprised when they see me not blind and in different clothes, Naruto thought, remembering how he got rid of his blindness. Flashback. Hi Ku, said Naruto, already 6 years old, it's his birthday today. Hi Naruto, happy holidays, did you want something? Naruto greeted the fox. Thanks, yeah, remember you said you could restore my eyes? Yes, but why would you? Yes, I just thought, if I can see the sensory abilities, after all, it's much better to see than to feel everything with chakra. That's true, but will you have fox eyes? That's what I wanted to talk about. Remember when we were in Uzushio while studying Fuinjutsu, I came across a scroll containing information about a certain ritual that allows you to remove fangs, claws, eyes, and stripes on the cheeks? Yes, I remember. Well, I decided that as a gift for others, I want to restore my eyesight. Great, your eyes will recover overnight, and in the morning we will perform a ritual. Thank you, by the way, I want to set it up so that the stripes on my cheeks remain. This will be a reminder to everyone who I am and who is sitting in me. I believe in you, so let's start training. Come on. End flashback. After viewing the memories from the clone, Naruto passed out from extreme fatigue. Scarlet-Haired got up at 5 in the morning, as he used to get up at such a time. He went to the bathroom after doing his morning routine. Naruto wanted to make bacon and eggs, but when he opened the fridge he saw only instant ramen. We should fix this, Naruto thought, and, taking a pack of ramen, he poured boiling water over it, and while he waited 3 minutes, he got dressed, combed his hair, took a pouch in which there were kunai, shuriken, fishing line, and kunai with the Hiration mark. As I said, training will be described later. After eating ramen, the teenager went outside and headed to the training ground. It was now 5:30, he would even have time to rest a little. The scarlet-haired man finished warming up at 6. He decided to take a walk around Konoha Shinobi Academy, 8 o'clock in the morning. There were all the students in the class, they were all discussing today's exam. It seems to me that Naruto is the only one who won't give up. Yes, Sasuke-kun, said a pink-haired girl with a braided ribbon in the middle. I also think Naruto is blind and dumb. How was he even allowed into the academy, supported the pink-haired blonde with bangs covering her right eye, and sat next to the brunette, Ino, I'm sitting with. Sasuke-kun. The pink-haired one was indignant. It doesn't say here that this is your place, especially since Sasuke-kun doesn't need a forehead. And even more so Ino pork. So everything is quiet, Ino, Sakura, sit down in your seats, said the teacher who entered the class. He was dressed in the standard Chunin uniform, had a forehead protector with the Konoha symbol on it, his hair was tied into a high ponytail, and there was a scar across the bridge of his nose. So kids, as you know, today is the Genin exam, let's start the roll call. Aburame Shino. Here. Uzumaki Naruto, Irika said with disgust. Not with. Here, said the scarlet-haired man who appeared out of nowhere. Many shuddered and were surprised to see their classmates' new look. Don't build yourself cool like Sasuke-kun, the pink-haired one shouted at him. Don't scream, I can hear you perfectly, and it's not for you to tell me how to behave, Naruto said with a bored look. Ah, you. Swung to strike Sakura, but Uzumaki appeared behind Sakura and put a kunai to her throat. If you were an enemy, you would already be lying with your throat cut, Naruto said coldly. Everyone was frightened and surprised that it was no longer that joyful and stupid Naruto. Everyone sat down, quickly. Shouted the teacher, "Well, let's start the exam, now you will be given tests, to solve it you have 40 minutes, the time has come." After 10 minutes. "I'm done," Naruto said in an indifferent voice. "What, already?" Irika was surprised. "Aha, what can this loser decide?" someone from the class said. Uzumaki only snorted at this. "Why, that's right, well done, Naruto," said the shocked Irika. Everyone looked at Naruto, and he calmly read the book Application of Fuinjutsu in Combat. In 30 minutes. Time is up, we all passed tests. After the written stage, everyone went to the academy training ground. "So, children, now there will be practice tests. Everyone I call takes kunai and shurikens and throws them at the target, and then they show techniques, replacement, henge, and illusory cloning." Each in turn came up and did the tasks. Sasuke Uchiha had the best result. Kunai, 6 out of 10. Shurikens, 7 out of 10. On the second. 3 clones. Perfect henge and replacement technique. Uzumaki Naruto. "Ha, the loser learned the theory, but in practice he can't win," said Menma. "That's right," supported his Naruto, Sasuke, Ino and Sakura. "Well, everyone shut up," Irika shouted. Uzumaki jumped from the tree and threw the book into the pouch. He instantly took 5 kunai each hand and simultaneously throws them at the center of the target. The same thing happened with shurikens. After Naruto replaced himself with a stump, created 10 clones and used henge on each of them, turning them and into shurikens. That's easy, why perfect, why you have the best peer result in the whole academy," said a shocked Irika. Everyone was shocked by their classmate. He was the worst in the academy, and now he shows an impeccable result. Sasuke and Menma glared at the scarlet-haired man. "Where does this loser get such strength? It can't be, I'll ask my dad/brother after the academy," Sasuke and Menma thought. Naruto just snorted. Everyone entered the class. Everyone went to the table and took the Konoha protectors. Uzumaki took a black protector and tied it around his forearm. "So you became genin, come tomorrow at 8 o'clock to the academy." Why are they such weaklings? You're just strong, see for yourself, you've been training like hell since you were 4. Flashback. Naruto, you know that Uzumaki is a clan of Fuin masters and the fact that Uzushio was destroyed. Yes, I know. So, at the age of 5, I think we will need to go there and learn Fuin. Okay, what will we do now? You brought the chakra-conducting leaves with you, didn't you? Of course. Put 10 leaves on the table and draw chakra through them. If the leaf burns, then you have a katan. If it shrinks, it's a raitan. It gets wet, it's a suitan. It rots, it's a dotan. And if it cuts it in half, then you have a futon. Will be done. Naruto did as the fox said. 2 were cut, 2 shrank, 2 got wet, 2 more rotted, 1 was covered with bark, and the last one was burned. Uzumaki looked at it and did not understand what happened. What is this? You are unique, you have all the elements, futon, raitan, dotan and suitan will inflate you more well, it will be more difficult to control the katan, and the Kikiigenkai of the first Hokage is Mokutan, said the shocked fox. So then I'll create 150 clones, I'll send 25 of them to study the elements, and I myself will train physically and kenjutsu. Tell the clones that in order to develop a katon, you need to incinerate a leaf, separate water from it for a suitan, cover it with earth for a dotan, compress for raitan, cut for futon, and cover with bark for mokutan. Thank you, After training, Naruto could transform the sheet depending on the elements, then he began to study the techniques of these elements. For each he studied 2 attacking techniques and 1 defensive one. After 2 weeks of such training, he significantly raised his level in Tai, Buki, and Kenjutsu. So he began to wear weights of 25 kilograms each. Learned techniques such as Fireball, Phoenix Flowers, Fire Wall, Lightning Fist, Chidori-like technique, stone shuriken, underground decapitation, earthen wall, water shuriken, water prison, water wall, vacuum bullets, vacuum sword, vacuum wall, and mokuton techniques. He also learned to conduct the chakra of wind and lightning through weapons. You are great, learned all this in 2 weeks, others will take years. I suggest studying Hokage techniques. Thank you, I think so too. We will start from tomorrow. A year has passed. Naruto learned the techniques of all the Hokage and all the techniques of Hashirama's Mokuton, increased the supply of elemental techniques and improved control over the elements and over the chakra itself, increased its reserves to those of a strong Kage, owned Buki, Tai, and Kenjutsu at the level of an average or strong Chunin. I guess you can head to Uzushio and take orders as a mercenary. End flashback. Naruto came from the academy and started cleaning his apartment. Meanwhile, the Hokage's house. Hi Mom, said Menma and Naruko. Hello, well, passed the exams, do you have the best results? Kushina said smiling. They passed the exam, but this demon has the best result, Menma answered. I see, Kushina said. She thought about this demon. A teenager could only be called that if he was a Jinchuriki, and his name was Naruto, just like her dead son. I'll have to ask Minato. Naruto arrived at the academy at 8 o'clock. He entered the classroom and began to wait for his name. Team 7, Uchiha Sasuke. Haruno Sakura screamed happily. Uzumaki Naruto, his eye twitched and he fell headfirst on the desk. Sensei, Hatake Kakashi. The Jonin started to enter the classroom and pick up their genin. Team number 7 sat for another 30 minutes and their sensei enters through the window. I'm waiting on the roof, the one-eyed man said and disappeared into the haze. Naruto used Shunshin and disappeared into the whirlpool. Sax and Sakura got up and saw Naruto and Kakashi sitting and waiting for them. How could such a loser overtake me? Sasuke asked. Right, Sasuke-kun is better. Sakura agreed. Everyone sat down in their seats. So, let's introduce ourselves, let's start, Kakashi said, pointing at the pink-haired one. I'm Haruno Sakura, I love. Glance at Sasuke, I dream. Another look at Sasuke, but I don't love the loser Naruto. I see, now you emo, he showed on Sasuke. I'm Uchiha Sasuke, I like to train and tomatoes, I don't like losers. I see, now you're Naruto said Kakashi. I'm Uzumaki Naruto from the Uzumaki clan, I like to observe nature and my only friend, I don't like upstarts and those who consider themselves the navel of the earth, hobby to train, there is no dream, but there is a goal to create a strong family, become strong and respected to protect loved ones, as well as restore his clan and return its greatness. Naruto decided to open up completely because this is his team. Yes, what clan is Emo, but Sasuke did not let Naruto finish. If you don't know this mighty clan, it doesn't mean that it didn't exist. That's how I got to know about everyone. Tomorrow there will be a survival test, I advise you not to eat and come to 6, the one-eyed man said and disappeared in a puff of smoke. Maybe let's go to a cafe. Naruto asked. I hope we become a team, Naruto thought. Kakashi was sitting on a tree and reading a new book, Come to Paradise, when suddenly memories of his clone come to him, and looking through them, he realized that Sasuke considers himself the navel of the world and considers Naruto a loser. He will not be of much use. Sakura is in love a fool who also hates Uzumaki. Well, Naruto himself, at first he seemed to Kakashi cold to everyone, but he opened up to the team despite the name-calling from the pink-haired and brunette. He has a good aim and used a strange version of Shunshin. Let's see what you can do, Uzumaki Naruto thought the one-eyed man. Once at home, the Scarlet-Haired quickly had a bite to eat and ran to an abandoned training ground. Running there, he set up sound and illusion barriers to prevent anyone from learning about Naruto's training and strength. Listen, Ku, I was thinking, what if we put elemental chakra into the blow? It would be interesting. Well, today, according to the standard, Naruto created 200 clones, sending some of them to improve chakra and elemental control, the other to practice Tai, Ken and Bokujutsu. Uzumaki himself ran around Konoha. For him such training was the standard. Naruto started running at the age of 4, if you remember, later he started wearing weights. Now the weight of the weights reached 500 kilograms each, in such weights his speed was like that of a strong jonin. But when he took them off, the speed increased to supersonic. After jogging, he returned to the training ground and began to do push-ups, squats and pump the press. After the exercises, Uzumaki decided to implement his idea. He concentrated the wind chakra in his fist and hit the mannequin, the impact shattered into splinters. Well, no, for myself, now if I hit the enemy once, he'll be damned, Naruto said in surprise. I feel sorry for Kakashi, the fox replied with a chuckle. Summary of Naruto's skills. Taijutsu, strong chunin or weak jonin. Bukijutsu, strong jonin. Kenjutsu, strong chunin. Ninjutsu, strong jonin. SKT, Kage. Masters the techniques of all Hokage, including the first. End summary. Naruto had already finished his training and was walking home, when suddenly he saw Menma, Sasuke and Kiba. Hey loser, where are you coming from? Menma asked. I was training, Naruto answered briefly and was about to leave when suddenly he heard. Ahahaha, even training will not help such a loser like you. But you just got lucky in the exam, the demon, said Menma to the laughter of Kiba and Sasuke. What did you call me? Uzumaki asked in a grave voice, demon, huh? Now listen, while you were just learning to read, I was already training like hell, while you were with your family, I was beaten up, thrown out from everywhere, and now think about what I did to deserve this, what did I do, huh? Naruto, who was usually calm, was already shouting. How dare you talk to me like that, do you know who my father is? The blonde did not let up. Yes, I don't care who your father is, having calmed down, the Uzumaki said and went home. Suddenly he felt that they were running at him with a kunai. Naruto spins around abruptly and withdraws Menma's hand and, being behind him, breaks it. Menma shouted. Nothing. Tomorrow the arm will heal and the bones will be strengthened, said the crimson-haired man disappeared in a scarlet lightning. House of Naruto. Well, why the hell didn't I move home with the help of Hiration? I decided to take a walk, and then this duck, how I hate him. Well, calm down, you can win back in the Chunin exam. Kurama reassured him. House of Hokage. POV Kushina. Today, Minato will come early, just to ask him about Naruto. I heard the sound of lightning and turned around. It was Minato. Hey darling, where are the kids? Minato asked. Hello, Menma is walking with Sasuke and Kiba, and Naruto went to Ino and Sakura, I answered, setting the table. Darling, I have a question, who is Naruto Uzumaki? I asked, looking into his eyes. Hearing this name, he got nervous, it means he is hiding something. And this is the Jinchuriki of the Nine-Tailed, Minato said in a nervous voice. Why is he called like our son? I said sadly. Well, when I was transported to the orphanage and took the boy with red hair, and thinking that he was Uzumaki, and then named him after our son. I understand, I answered. End POV Kushina. Suddenly, Menma and Naruto burst into the house. Minato saw Menma's hand and asked. How did it happen? I was attacked by a demon. Menma lied. Minato clenched his knuckles. Wolf, shouted Minato. An Anbu appeared in front of him in a wolf mask. Bring Naruto here, quickly. Yes, Hokage-sama. House of Naruto. The teenager was getting ready for bed when there was a knock on his door. Who did the hard one bring? Crimson-Haired said irritably and opened the door. The Hokage calls you to his house, urgently, the Anbu said and disappeared. Fuck, what kind of Naya is this? Naruto could not restrain himself. Ahahaha, you are not lucky today, but you have a chance. At least one thing pleases. House of Hokage. There was a knock on the door. It's you. Kushina yelled. Calm down, so I want to know why did you do this? Minato asked coldly, pointing at Menma's hand. Now he did not regret that he handed over his son to an orphanage. It's just self-defense, calm Naruto replied. So when you attack, it's self-defense? In terms of? I calmly walked down the street from training and did not bother anyone. Suddenly I heard how Menma began to call me names, but I endured, but when he called me a demon, I broke through. I said everything I wanted to say. I told about my childhood and how everyone hated me just like that. Then Menma started using your name, but I already wanted to leave as he flew at me with a kunai in the back. Is this considered self-defense? The scarlet-haired man told the truth in a grave voice. Right, Hokage-sama? Marked out the last word. Of Naruto. Minato all shrank. He realized what he had done. He threw his son out of fear for his life, left him to be torn to pieces by the inhabitants. Why yes, Minato stood in front of the family and Naruto. I want to tell you that I lied all this time. In fact, our son and your brother did not die, Minato said in a drooping voice. How is this connected with this demon? Asked Naruto. He is your brother, forgive me Naruto, after sealing the nine tails into you, your appearance changed and I was afraid for the family. I sent you to an orphanage, forgive me, Minato repented. Naruto, give control for a minute. Okay Ku. Ahahaha, you finally confessed. When your son began to look normal and became strong, did you want him back in the family? Well, no, he won't forgive you. You don't even know how hard his life was. He wanted to commit suicide at the age of 4, and do you think he will forgive you? The only one he forgives is Kushina. And you three don't even hope for forgiveness, let alone trust. Said the fox in Naruto's body. Kyubi, have you taken over his mind? Minato asked anxiously. Ahahaha, you are so naive. No, I became his first and only friend, and if I wanted to, I would have already destroyed everything to hell here. I are understood, said Minato. The children and Kushina stood in shock. Well, you gave Ku the heat. Yes, I am. Kushina began to sob and hugged her son. Naruto, it's really you. I couldn't believe that you were dead for a long time. I'm sorry for not being around. Kushina said, hugging her son. Ch, quiet mom, it's not your fault. The main thing is that now you're there. I've been waiting for this, Naruto said and cried, for the first time in a long time. Hey demon, take your hands off mom. Shouted Menma and Naruto. I'm disappointed in you, Uzumaki said looking at them and Minato. Okay mommy, I'll take a look. I have a test tomorrow, so I'll go home. Goodbye Hokage-sama, Naruto said and teleported home. The last words struck at Minato's heart. Morning Konoha. The teenager woke up at 5:30 in the morning, but he was not nervous. After the first meeting, he realized that their sensei likes to be late. Naruto got up and, having done all the water procedures, began to prepare breakfast. After breakfast, Naruto decided to rest a little more and lay down on the bed. 10 a.m. Naruto wake up, late Kakashi is already running to the polygon. Kurama yelled. Here. Naruto quickly took the pouch and ran at full speed to the training ground. When he arrived there he did not notice Sensei and breathed a sigh of relief. Naruto. You are late. The teammates shouted. Well, Sensei is not there yet, so. Kakashi appeared after the words of the Scarlet-Haired one and immediately began to explain the rules. Your task is to take away 2 bells from me. I give time to 12. But Sensei, there are only 2 of them, Sakura noticed. Whoever is left without a bell will go back to the academy, so attack me with the intent to kill, start," said the one-eyed. Everyone immediately hid, Naruto and Sasuke in the trees, and Sakura in the bushes. "Naruto, did you understand the real purpose of the exam?" "Of course Q, it's simple. I hope Sasuke and Sakura also understood," Uzumaki replied and ran towards the teammates. Having reached them, he asked, "Will you work in a team? With a loser?" "PF, no, of course," the brunette replied arrogantly. "And you?" Naruto asked Sakura, knowing the answer beforehand. "I will only work with Sasuke-kun," answered the forehead bored. "Well, I don't like Sakura and that's all. It's clear, I exaggerated their capabilities, I'll have to act alone. Don't reveal too much power, I know the rug. Without you. Well, the only animal-like creature of us here is only you, so it's obvious who I called the rug," mocked the fox Naruto. "You'll get more from me. Little 1-inch. Kakashi stood in the clearing, reading a book, waiting for the attack. Suddenly, he felt a shinobi with a large supply of chakra running at him at great speed. Kakashi abruptly opened his left eye, which glowed with the Sharingan. Naruto at maximum speed flew up to Kakashi and punched him in the stomach, but the blow was barely blocked. The scarlet-haired man did not lose his head and began to attack Sensei from different sides. Kakashi was getting hit more and more. The gray-haired realized that he could lose in close combat, so he stepped back and released a fireball at the student. Naruto folded the seals and shouted, "Doton, a wall of mud." And in front of him, an earthen wall grew into which a ball of fire flew in, but Naruto did not stop and, folding the seal, shouted. The shadow clone technique and 4 clones appeared around him and each Naruto started folding and sealing and yelling. Kato, big fireball. Futon, vacuum bullets. Suiton, water shuriken. Raiten, lightning beam. Doton, stone shuriken. Kakashi looked at it and went nuts. At the last second he used a replacement and instead of Kakashi a stump appeared that was blown to pieces. "If I didn't have time, there wouldn't be a wet spot left of me," thought the one-eyed one as he covered his Sharingan with a protector and went after the other genin. "Damn, I ran away." "Well, nothing, I know where you are," Naruto said and disappeared from the clearing. The first person Kakashi found was Sakura, he just knocked her out. Then he went after the Uchiha. While Kakashi was running, Sasuke threw a kunai at him and started a taijutsu fight. Kakashi clearly dominated, but Sasuke did not give up. He jumped back, folding the seals in the air, shouted, "Kato, fireball." Kakashi simply dodged and appeared behind the Uchiha, knocking him out. He was about to look for Naruto when he saw a kunai flying at him and dodged. "Well, Kakashi-sensei, let's continue," Naruto said, taking out a katana from the seal. "He also knows Kenjutsu, I wonder what else you can do." The Uzumaki channeled wind chakra through the katana and charged at top speed towards Kakashi. The gray-haired tried to block the blow with a kunai, but the katana cut him in half. After that Naruto appeared behind Kakashi and put the katana to his throat, but it was a clone. Naruto felt Kakashi and, being behind the unsuspecting Kakashi, cut off the bells and put the katana to his throat. Kakashi. "That's for sure now." When the rest of the genin woke up, Kakashi asked, "Naruto, you took away the bells, what are you going to do with them?" Naruto gave the bells to Sakura and Sasuke. "Look, it was a teamwork test, am I right?" Uzumaki asked. "Yes, and you passed. We meet tomorrow at 10 at the residence," said the one-eyed man and disappeared in a rush of leaves. "Well, maybe in ramen?" Naruto asked. "Come on." After this test, they became more friendly and stopped calling Naruto names. Hokage residence, 10 a.m. "So, Team 7, I'm giving you a D rank mission of weeding the garden and going to the store," Fourth said and looked at Naruto. "Yes, Hokage-sama, the team, including Naruto, said, which hurt Minato. I deserve it myself, only I am to blame for this, thought the fourth, and then got rid of these thoughts. Team 7 left the residence and headed towards the mission site. Naruto decided to finish it quickly, and after creating about 100 clones, he ordered one of them to go to the store, while he went to work along with the rest of the clones. Are you frozen? Aren't you going to help? The crimson-haired man asked, looking at Sasuke and Sakura. After these words, they set to work. After 30 minutes, the entire field was plowed, and the products were bought and brought into the house. Comfortable clones of yours, Sasuke remarked. Yes, they can be used not only for such purposes, since the shadow clones remember and transmit all the information and experience they have received to the original. True, with this comes their fatigue. Saying this, Uzumaki dispelled the clones and suddenly wanted to sleep. How have you not collapsed from exhaustion yet? Asked the surprised Sakura. Well, I'm Uzumaki, and we are famous for stamina and huge reserves of chakra, especially since I've been training with clones since childhood, Naruto said, but remembering his childhood, he became sad and lowered his head, which did not go unnoticed by the gray-haired. After the mission was completed, they came to the residence to hand it over and get a new one. A month has passed. All this time, team number 7 was doing rank D missions. They also trained every evening with the whole team, unlike canon. In my FIC Kakashi trains his team. Everyone improved their skills in Tai, Nin and Bukijutsu. Sasuke awakened the second element, which was Raiden, and Sakura the first, which turned out to be Doton. They also started using shadow clones for training, only creating no more than 5 so far. Sakura at first was able to create only 1, but constant exhausting training until the chakra was completely depleted for a month bore fruit. Sasuke doubled his chakra and Sakura tripled. Sasuke learned several more Katan techniques and 2 more Raiden techniques. Sakura was also able to learn 2 Doton techniques. Well, Naruto increased the weight of the weights, thereby increasing the already enormous speed. Right now, he was a little slower than the Raikage without the cloak. Improved his style of taijutsu, improved his style of kenjutsu, adding to it the use of hiration. Ninjutsu had its successes. He was able to have the number of seals per technique, as well as the cost of chakra. In addition, quite a bit increased the huge supply of chakra. During the training process, the genin became very good friends who are ready to help each other at any moment. But one day they got bored with D-rank missions. Hokage-sama, can you give us a mission with a higher rank? The Uzumaki asked in an icy voice. Minato glanced at Kakashi and he nodded. Okay. I'm giving you a C-rank mission to protect the architect. Tazuna-san, come in. The blonde said. An elderly man wearing a straw hat and glasses entered the office. He smelled of alcohol and fumes. And these brats will guard me? Asked the drunken architect. Well, firstly, this is the strongest team of genin, secondly, the strongest jonin of Konoha is with you, and thirdly, this is rank C and ordinary bandits will attack you at most. Minato answered the question, and Tazuna resigned himself. Meeting at the gate in an hour. After setting the time, Kakashi disappeared in a white haze like Sasuke and Sakura, and Naruto disappeared in a whirlpool, which surprised Minato, because he had heard that only the Uzukage and members of the Uzumaki main branch owned this version of the Shunshin. Gates of Konoha, 11 a.m. Well, let's get out, the one-eyed man said, and everyone set off. Naruto and Sasuke walked in front and talked about something, followed by a pensive Sakura, who hoped that she would not be a burden to the team, and could not determine who she liked, Sasuke or Naruto. Tazuna followed her and drank cheap sake. Kakashi brought up the rear. The team passed near the puddle and Naruto immediately felt the enemy's chakra draining from it. He threw 2 kunai with explosive seals at her. After the explosion, half-dead Nukanins appeared instead of a puddle, and Naruto started at maximum speed, knocking out both of them in the end. The team tied them up and interrogated them. As a result, they learned about Gato and that he hired someone else. "Tazuna-san, you do understand that you tricked us into lowering the rank of the mission so that we can complete it?" asked the one-eyed man. After these words, Tazuna told the whole story, and soon the team decided to continue. After walking a little more, they reached the lake and got into the boat. "Everyone be quiet so they don't find us," Kakashi ordered. Having reached the opposite side, the team thanked the boatman and wanted to move on, when suddenly Uzumaki caught an unfamiliar chakra and signaled to the team. The genin then moved closer to Tazuna, with Kakashi stepping forward. "Lie down!" Naruto yelled sharply, pulling Tazuna with him. And a huge sword flew over them and crashed into a tree. A brunette landed on him with bandages on the floor of his face and a fog protector. Momochi Zabuza is one of the 7 swordsmen of the mist. The gray-haired man made contact. "Kakashi Hatake or Sharingan Kakashi," the swordsman said, "I came for the old man. Give it to me and stay alive." "No way," Kakashi said, pulling out a kunai. "You have chosen the wrong path." "Nimpo, concealing mist," Zabuza said, and the whole space was covered with fog. Naruto sensed Zabuza next to Tazuna. Flying towards him, Uzumaki blocked the swordsman's blow and, after folding the seals, shouted, "Futon, blade of the wind," and the huge air blade rushed towards Zabuza, fanning the fog. The swordsman dodged and again engaged in close combat with the Scarlet-Haired one. Naruto abruptly unsealed his katana and ran lightning chakra through it. The swordsman launched a vertical strike at the Uzumaki, but Naruto dodged and, with a sharp diagonal lunge, delivered a slashing blow, which the swordsman blocked with his weapon. They began to circle in a dance, and no one yielded to each other. Realizing this, the Scarlet-Haired jumped back and, creating 5 clones, one of which he ordered to hide in the ground during the attack. The clones and Naruto said, "Kato, large fireball. Futon, vacuum bullets, bullets amplify the fire. Suiton, water shuriken. Raiden, lightning beam, lightning has amplified the water. Doton, earth shuriken." 5 techniques flew at the swordsman, and Zabuza created a clone that pushed the original back and took all the damage. This is what Naruto wanted. Behind Zabuza, a clone with a huge Rasengan appeared from the ground and hit the swordsman on the back. Nukanen's organs turned to dust. Suddenly, a boy wearing an Anbu fog mask appeared. He took Zabuza's body and disappeared. Everyone stood and looked at Naruto in surprise. "What are you watching?" the Scarlet-Haired man asked. "No, everything is fine," the teammates answered and moved to the architect's house. On the way, Sasuke asked, "Sensei, why did that Nuke-nin call you Sharingan Kakashi?" "That's why," Kakashi said, lifting his forehead protector, presenting his Sharingan to the world. "A friend gave it to me," the Cyclops said, saddened. They quietly made their way to Tazuna's house, where they stayed for the duration of the mission. "Tazuna-san, how long will it take you to complete the bridge?" the pink-haired woman asked. "The bridge will be finished in about a week. Can we send my clones there to speed up the process?" Uzumaki asked. "Certainly." After lunch, the team went with Tazuna to the bridge, and after work, to training. They returned home in time for dinner. "Why are you training?" "It's useless, you can't beat Gato." "You don't know the pain we're going through," Inari said. Naruto got up from the table, shifted his icy gaze to the architect's grandson and, after thanking the hostess for the meal, went outside. "Somehow I got angry, bad. I need to keep my emotions under control, but for now I'll practice," Uzumaki said to himself and began a hard training. An hour later, he passed out. Meanwhile, Inari went to the riverbank and sat there, thinking about his father and the behavior of that crimson-haired boy. Kakashi later approached him and told him not to hold a grudge against Naruto, talking about his difficult childhood. A week has passed. Kakashi-sensei, let's kill Gato. If we cock him, we can sell his body on the black market and get a trade agreement with the Land of Waves. Naruto suggested. I agree. We're moving out tonight. Night. Uzumaki and the gray-haired one made their way to Gato's mansion and killed all the mercenaries, after Gato himself, whose body Naruto sealed in a scroll. We take everything we need and leave, Kakashi said. As a result, they earned 500 million Ryo. I believe that we need to give 300 million to the Land of Waves, 1 million to Konoha, 99 million to you and 100 million to me, Naruto suggested. Morning. The team packed up and decided to advance to Konoha. Thank you for your help. How can we thank you? Tazuna asked. Could we make trade agreements? Asked the copyist. Yes, sure. After saying goodbye and signing the contract, the guys moved back to the village. Back at the village, Team 7 went to the Hokage's residence. Upon arrival, they reported that they had successfully completed the task. Then the genin went to Ichiraku Ramen, and Kakashi reported. On the way to the Land of Waves, we were attacked by 2 nuke-nin from the mist, but Naruto dealt with them quickly. We were also attacked by Momochi Zabuza right after we arrived. I engaged him in a fight, but fell into a trap, and Naruto killed him using the techniques of all 5 elements. We wanted to take the corpse, but some kind of fog Anbu, most likely Zabuza's partner, was ahead of us. After the battle, we arrived safely at Tazuna's house, where we spent the rest of the week. On the last night, Naruto approached me with a proposal to kill and rob Gato, thereby obtaining a trade agreement and money for the treasury, Kakashi reported, taking out 2 scrolls, with money and with an agreement. One I handed the scrolls to Minato. Free, the blonde ordered, after which Kakashi disappeared into a whirlwind. After that, the team only flew rank B missions. A 13-year-old genin with scarlet hair and 3 scars on his cheeks resembling a fox's mustache was slowly walking through the village. He thought about how he would train. Physical training, Tai, Nin, Ken and Bukijutsu are skills that must always be developed. Naruto decided to increase the weight of the weights and learn how to spend less chakra on hydration. But he did not stop there and began to imagine battles. Suddenly, the thought flashed through his mind that during the fight, the opponent could grab your hand, thereby preventing you from using techniques. In this case, our hero decided to learn how to fold seals with one hand. Moreover, this will greatly improve control over the chakra and provide the opportunity to spend it half as much. But suddenly, passing by one street, he heard some cries. "Listen, little one, I'll teach you manners," shouted a boy in a black robe with purple makeup and a doll behind his back. Naruto realized that Konohamaru Sarutobi, the grandson of the 3rd Hokage, was the object of moralizing. "You should let him go," the scarlet-haired man said in a deathly voice, instantly being behind the boy and creating a Rasengan from the sand. "Wok," the Suna genin said in a frightened voice, and let go of the kid. "Thank you, brother Naruto." Konohamaru thanked and ran away. "Hey, you, there, on the branch, get down," Uzumaki said, still coldly, looking at the branch of the tree that stood nearby. "How did you notice me?" A boy with red hair, bags under his eyes and the kanji, love, on his forehead asked in an angry voice. "Secret," replied the scarlet-haired man. "Naruto, this is Shikaku's Jinchuriki, and he's torturing this kid," Naruto's head echoed. "Understood. What's your name?" Naruto asked. "Gaara," the Sandman replied. "Listen, Gaara, I'm just like you, and I can help you." "Are really?" Gaara asked a little cheerfully. "Of course," Naruto replied, placing his hand on the forehead of the guy opposite. Gaara's subconscious. POV Naruto. I ended up in the same sewer as mine, but instead of a cage there was a huge sand pyramid. God, who put this shit on? I asked, looking at the seal. Shikaku, how come you haven't torn Gaara apart yet? Who are you, brat? Calm down Shikaku, this is my Jinchurikian friend, Kurama answered instead of me, and apparently he is the one whom my father was talking about. Alright kid. What's your name? Uzumaki Naruto. And can you invite Gaara here? Okay, now. Immediately, a red-haired boy appeared nearby, and at the sight of Shikaku, he immediately hid behind me. No way, you scared your Jinchuriki like that, I was surprised. Gaara, do you want to be friends with Shikaku like I do with Kurama? Why yes. Okay, now I'm going to redo this shit. I went to the seal and began to re-register it. Phew, that's all, I said, and the sand disappeared. Thank you, Naruto. Stretch out your fist, the one-tail thanked me, and, hitting me with his fist, transferred half of his chakra to me. Oh.et, now I have a lot of chakras. Okay, I hope you get along. And yet, Gaara, you need to live in such a way that you don't kill everyone, but on the contrary, protect people close to you. Got it, friend? Why yes, the Sandman replied in shock. That's good. And you, Shikaku, watch him. Bye. I said and disappeared along with Kurama. End POV Naruto. Okay, I'll go. Bye, Gaara and Kankuro and Temari. Gaara pointed at his family, which surprised everyone present. Bye, Kankuro and Temari. Naruto looked at Temari at the last farewell. A blonde with 4 ponytails and a beautiful shinobi uniform stood next to her brothers. Behind her was a huge fan. Temari hooked our hero with something, and his cheeks were covered with a slight blush. Naruto would have continued to stand there and stare at her, but Kurama's loud growl from his subconscious distracted him. Shut up Kurama, Naruto said, and his blush disappeared with it in the whirlpool. Temari's POV. We were walking from the hotel, when suddenly some kind of shket flew into Kankuro. Brother wanted to teach him a lesson, and I was about to intervene when a tall crimson-haired genin in a black uniform with a white cloak and a whirlpool sign appeared. He had such beautiful eyes of a deep light blue color that you could drown in them. There were 3 stripes on his cheeks. I wonder who this guy is, I thought. He was so handsome, and such a powerful aura emanated from him that I already mentally began to undress him, but then changed my mind. After this guy helped Gaara, for which I am very grateful to him, he looked at me goodbye and blushed. How cute is he? End POV Temari. Naruto appeared at the meeting point with Kakashi last. Everyone was already waiting for him. Even the one-eyed one came before Naruto. I've gathered all of you to tell you that you've been recommended for the Chunin exams. Here, take these passes, and if you decide to take them, come tomorrow at 6 o'clock to the academy, room 301, Kakashi said and added, and now to the training ground. And all disappeared in a haze. So, today we will be practicing different team combinations. Academy, 6 o'clock. Team 7 went upstairs, but, noticing room 301, they went further, since all 3 recognized the genjutsu and realized that it was room 201. But Rock Lee stopped them in front of the right door. Uchiha Sasuke. I challenge you to a fight. Or are you scared? Sasuke was about to rush into battle, but he felt the hand of his best friend on his shoulder and turned back. Naruto shook his head. No, see you at the exam. We don't need to show our abilities ahead of time, the Uchiha replied. If so, then I attack. Lee shouted and flew at the Uchiha at maximum speed. Naruto instantly appeared in front of him, and intercepting the boy's fist, he threw the thick eyebrow at the wall. He clearly said that we would meet at the exam. What's incomprehensible here? Naruto said in a grave voice, releasing only a drop of Kurama's ki, but Lee was already trembling with fear from this alone. Well, fine. Let's go, guys, Uzumaki said in a friendly voice. He must be very strong, since he easily overcame me at my maximum speed with weights, thought the thick-browed man. When the team entered the office, everyone was staring at them, directing key, but our heroes didn't care. After Kurama, they didn't feel anything at all. Sasuke-kun. Ino flew at Sasuke, but Sakura suddenly appeared in front of her and smacked her in the face with a cry. Get your hands off Sasuke. How? How did it happen? Ino asked when she saw Sakura hug the boy after everything. Well, during one B-rank mission, we were attacked by strong opponents. I got hurt and Naruto saved us. Sakura looked after me, and gradually I began to feel warm towards her. After a while, I confessed, like this. Well, she's a lot stronger than you, too. Yes, I know it's too banal. Missions of rank B? And this loser demon saved you? Everyone was surprised, except for the former classmates of the guys Shikamaru and Chuji. Yes, B-rank missions. Is something wrong? And yet, if you call Naruto a demon or a loser again, blame yourself. Sakura and Sasuke got angry. After these words, everyone, including Naruto himself, was in shock. A tear rolled down Naruto's cheek. Thank you, friends, he said happily. Naruto, why are you crying? Yes, those are tears of joy. After all, I never had relatives and friends. You were the first and only for me, Naruto replied. So are you, Ku, he smiled to himself. Everyone stood in shock. That's what friends should do, Sakura smiled, and Sasuke nodded in agreement. After that, team number 7 went to another part of the office. Guys, do you want information about the opponents? Asked a young man with ash-colored hair and glasses, who suddenly approached. Yes, according to Gaara no Dog, Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno and Naruto Uzumaki, Menma said. Oh, you know their names. It will be easy. Tak, Sabaku no Gaara, San Genin, control sand and have absolute defense, no D rank missions, 30 C rank missions and 15 B rank missions. Weak Jonin level, good at ninjutsu, knows a lot of katan and raiden techniques, taijutsu, strong chunin level speed, as well as bukijutsu. Jonin level genjutsu, 47 D rank missions, no C rank missions, 10 rank B missions. Teamed up with Sakura Haruno and Naruto Uzumaki, sensei is Kakashi Hatake. A strong genin though. So, then his teammate Haruno Sakura, genin, very high chakra control, chakra volume like a strong chunin, good at Doton ninjutsu and Iri ninjutsu. Yes, Sakura studied with Tsunade, since she did not leave the village, taijutsu at the level of a strong chunin, speed at the level of a weak intermediate chunin, bukijutsu at the level of a strong chunin. Not capable of genjutsu, as many missions as Sasuke. Also a strong girl. Well, the last of their team is Uzumaki Naruto. Genin, chakra control like AB class Irionin, and its amount is close to the reserves of the first Hokage. The level of Nin dash, Tai dash, Ken, and Bukijutsu is very high. Owns 5 elements at a very high level. Fuinjutsu master. The speed is on par with the 4th Raikage. No genjutsu ability. As many missions as the previous 2 guys. What kind of monster is this? Is he really a genin? Kabuto asked in shock, and everyone looked at these guys in surprise. Well, the last of their team is Uzumaki Naruto. Genin, chakra control like AB class Irionin, and its amount is close to the reserves of the first Hokage. The level of Nin dash, Tai dash, Ken, and Bukijutsu is very high. Owns 5 elements at a very high level. Fuinjutsu master. The speed is on par with the 4th Raikage. No genjutsu ability. As many missions as the previous 2 guys. What kind of monster is this? Is he really a genin? Kabuto asked in shock, and everyone looked at these guys in surprise. Well, the last of their team is Uzumaki Naruto. Genin, chakra control like AB class Irionin, and its amount is close to the reserves of the first Hokage. The level of Nin dash, Tai dash, Ken, and Bukijutsu is very high. Owns 5 elements at a very high level. Fuinjutsu master. The speed is on par with the 4th Raikage. No Genjutsu ability. As many missions as the previous 2 guys. What kind of monster is this? Is he really a genin? Kabuto asked in shock, and everyone looked at these guys in surprise. As many missions as the previous 2 guys. What kind of monster is this? Is he really a genin? Kabuto asked in shock, and everyone looked at these guys in surprise. As many missions as the previous 2 guys. What kind of monster is this? Is he really a genin? Kabuto asked in shock, and everyone looked at these guys in surprise. It's best to stay out of their sight, someone said softly. It's all lies, this demon can't be that strong. Menma objected. Well, everyone shut up. I am the examiner of the first stage, Ibiki Marino. Take your seats. Now you will be given tests for 9 questions. The points of all team members are summed up. If a team scores less than 9 points, it is out. Also, the team can be eliminated if we catch at least one of its members cheating. You have an hour. Time has gone. Naruto signaled to Sasuke and Sakura, and Sasuke cast a genjutsu. Naruto answered all the questions with the help of kurama, and after 10 minutes they were done. Sasuke and Sakura started talking. At this time, Naruto turned over the paper and looked around the classroom. Some cheated with the Byakugan, some used bugs or the barking of a dog. Gaara watched the answers with his third eye. Tenten used a mirror, and Rock Lee wrote, "The power of youth," everywhere. Suddenly Naruto's gaze fell on Temari. He noticed that she was very nervous. And our hero decided to help her. I wonder why I want to help her so much. Something inside me responds when I look at her. I wonder what it is. Thought the hero. Damn, Naruto, sometimes you're a genius and sometimes you're stupid as a stump. And now it is the second option. And what is it? Answered the guy. Nothing, said Kurama, running his paw over his muzzle. Well, okay, Naruto said and decided to act. He created a clone and used a smaller version of the henge on it, after which he created another one with a smaller version of his answer sheet. At the moment when he was not being looked at, he picked his teeth, and pretending to throw away a piece of food, threw 2 Temari clones, while cancelling the reduction henge on the answer sheet. Temari looked at Naruto, who nodded. Then they both blushed, looking away. During the exam, there were teams that were eliminated. Yes, time is up. Now time for question 10. But be warned, if you can't answer it, you'll be a genin for life. If you leave, you can pass next time. After these words of the examiner, half of the participants got up and left. So, those who are left are gone. The essence of the exam was to show whether you know how to collect information and whether you are ready to take risks. And then it flies through the window. And then a young girl of about 20 flies in through the window. I honestly don't remember how old she was there at the time of the second stage, with purple hair tied in a pineapple tail. She had a dango stick sticking out of her mouth. In her hand she held a sign with the inscription, "Welcome to the second stage." Hello. My name is Mitarashi Anko. I am an examiner of the second stage. I ask you to come to the training ground number 44 by 10 in the morning tomorrow. Anko introduced herself and added. Ibiki, why did you miss so many people? It's okay, I'll weed out half of them. After that, everyone dispersed, and our team went to Ichiraku to celebrate the passage of the first stage. Okay guys, I need to go. See you tomorrow, bye. Naruto said goodbye. Bye, the others replied. So, I need to visit my mother, otherwise I haven't visited her for a long time. After that conversation, thought the Scarlet-Haired one on the way to the Hokage. Naruto walked up to the house and knocked on the door. "Come in." "Ah, it's you, son, I'm so glad to see you." Threw herself with hugs on the son of Kushina. "Hi mommy. I'm glad to see you too." "How are you?" Naruto asked. "To be honest, not really, I can't live with Minato and your siblings anymore. I try to forget what Minato did and how the kids feel about you, but I can't. If Minato cheated once, he can cheat a second time and a third time. And if the children stop treating you badly, then this is also not for long. What should I do, Naruto?" Kushina replied while crying. "Hush, hush. Everything is fine. I have enough money that I earned while I was a mercenary. I will buy a big house, you will move in with me and we will live as a widow. What do you think?" The guy shared his idea. "Wait, when did you have time?" Kushina asked. In an instant calmed down. "Wait a second, mommy," Naruto replied and put up a soundproof barrier. "Everyone, now you can talk. In general, mom, the information that I am about to share should not be shared with anyone, not even the Hokage. So, on my 4th birthday, they beat me again and even cut out my eyes. From the pain shock, I lost consciousness and woke up already in my subconscious. There I met Kurama. Kurama is the name of the nine-tailed fox, but don't worry, he became my first and best friend. After that incident, I started training under Kurama's supervision, but then we decided that we would leave the village and I would train outside of it. In Konoha, I left a clone who pretended to be a fool. During my travels, I visited many countries and villages, including one hidden in the whirlpool. There I learned Fuinjutsu, and now I am a master in this direction. I also became a mercenary to earn extra money and gain experience. Well, everything seems to be," the Scarlet-Haired one briefly told his story. "My little son. I'm so proud of you, you are a real Uzumaki. Okay, let me choose a house, and after the second stage, we will move. Did you go through with it?" the older Uzumaki asked. "Of course it was very easy there," Naruto replied and removed the barrier. "Naruto, sit down and eat. I cooked delicious food." "Alright mom, itadakimasu. Japanese for, bon appetit." They sat like that until Menma and Naruto returned. "Hey mom, why is this demon talking to you?" Naruto asked. "Well, actually, she's my mother too," answered the Scarlet-Haired one. "They didn't ask you, loser. Get off our mom. Mom, bring food here." Menma shouted. Uzumaki could not stand such an attitude towards his mother and, instantly being behind the brother, put a kunai to his throat, and formed a Rasengan in his hand. "Now listen here. I can tolerate being called names, but when someone is rude and raises their voice at my friends and family, I don't hold back. I forgive you this time," Naruto said in a dry voice as he removed the kunai from Menma's throat. "Bye, mommy. And start searching," the Scarlet-Haired man said goodbye with a sharp smile, in a soft voice. "Bye, son. Okay, I'll start soon." After these words, Naruto disappeared into the whirlpool. Wow, only Grandpa Ashino could do that, she thought, admiring Kushina's son. Konoha, 44 range, 10 a.m. So, suckers. The second stage will take place in the Forest of Death. The rules are simple, each team is given one scroll of earth or sky. Your task is to get the scroll that you don't have, after which you need the whole team to come to the central tower. Also, during this stage, you cannot open the scrolls. You have 7 days for everything. Is everything clear to everyone? Enko explained the rules. She looked around at everyone until she bumped into Naruto, who was reading his newfound book, Tale of the Great Shinobi. She was angry at such impudence and decided to teach him a lesson. Enko threw a kunai so that it scratched the Uzumaki's cheek. But what happened next surprised everyone. Naruto caught a kunai with 2 fingers a millimeter from his cheek, then instantly saturated it with wind chakra, threw it in a place next to the examiner and, abruptly appearing behind her, put a tanto to her throat. I don't think you're allowed to do that, or am I wrong? Naruto asked, still reading the book. And someone in great shape, Anko replied with a smirk. He could have killed me twice already, the purple-haired woman thought and swallowed. When everyone calmed down, each participant was given a document that Konoha is not responsible for what happens in the exam. Now you will sign these documents, and after that one representative from each team will go and take their own scroll. From team number 7, Naruto went. We have a scroll of heaven, and we are leaving the 7th gate. All teams approached their gates. So, on the count of 3, the exam begins. 1, 2, 3. Everyone rushed into the forest. I propose a plan. I create 10 clones and turn them into insects so that they can find us a team with the right scroll. I will also create 9 more clones and turn them into us. It will be a trick so that they do not chase us. In the meantime, I propose to find the highest tree to make a base. Any objections? The Scarlet-Haired one offered his strategy. No, sir, Sasuke and Sakura replied jokingly. I almost forgot, now I'm going to make false scrolls and put powerful explosive seals on them that are activated on someone else's chakra. Give me your chakra so I can add it to the seal, Naruto added. In 10 minutes everything was ready. Guys, let's move out, the clone has found the team we need, hold the scrolls, the guy said. After 20 minutes, the team number 7 caught up with the guys they needed. Those turned out to be a team of grass. Kurama, I feel kindred chakra from that red-haired girl. She looks like an Uzumaki. Cool. I'll ask the Hokage if she can stay in the village. Give us the scroll and we won't touch you. Sasuke said, and our team unleashed all their ki on the team from Kyuzugakure, a village hidden in the grass. Okay, hold on. Just don't touch us, the Kyuzuvites answered. That is great. Sasuke, Sakura, stretch out your hands, said the Uzumaki. The guys did what he asked in bewilderment, and Naruto put the Hiraition seal on them. What is this? Sakura asked. This is the seal of the flight of the god of thunder, I can teleport to it. So run to the tower, and I have business here. Good, the team replied and advanced to the tower. What is your name? Naruto asked the scarlet-haired girl as he knocked out her teammates. Karen, you Uzumaki Karen, Karen replied in fear. So I wasn't wrong. My name is Naruto Uzumaki and my mother is Uzumaki Kushina. I suggest you live with us, you must have been treated badly in Kuz, right? So you are my relative. I thought that I was left alone, I felt so bad, they mocked me and used me as a healing substance, Karen answered crying. Hush, hush, everything will be fine. Get on your back, I'll take you to the tower. Naruto, along with Karen, teleported to the team. Sakura and Sasuke flinched in fright. Take hold of me, Naruto said. The teammates did what the Uzumaki told them, after which he laid down the seals, and everyone disappeared in a whirlpool. Our heroes have appeared in the tower. They then sent Karen to Konoha and opened the scrolls themselves. They began to form seals. Let's drop the scrolls, it's a summoning seal, Naruto yelled. Iruka emerged from the scroll. Congratulations on passing the 2nd stage. You have set a new record. You can go to rest in your rooms, you will be in the tower and wait a week, said the teacher and disappeared. It's been a week of waiting. In the end, all the leaf commands passed, one from the sand, one from the stone, one from the fog, and one from the cloud. Congratulations on passing the 2nd stage of the Chunin exams. But due to the fact that too many of you passed, we will hold qualifying fights. Who does not want or cannot continue, has the right to leave the exam. Does anybody want? The 4th Hokage asked. Everyone stood and looked at him. Then I will announce the rules of this stage. My name is Scarlet-Haired and I am your judge. The rules are simple, there are none. You can use whatever you can. The fight continues until someone gives up, is unable to continue the fight, or dies. But I have the right to intervene. Well, we look at the scoreboard, and those participants whose name appears, I will ask you to stay in the arena. Everyone else can go up. First members Sasuke Uchiha vs Karui of the Cloud, are you ready? Both contestants nodded. Then we started. The judge announced. Sasuke, I give the task to defeat the enemy only in taijutsu, said Naruto mentally. I forgot to say that he put special seals that help mentally communicate. Yes, no problem. Sasuke immediately rushed to the enemy and clashed with him in taijutsu, and Sasuke clearly dominated. At one point, Karui reached for a katana, but Sasuke, realizing this, abruptly appeared behind the enemy's back and knocked him out. Everyone in the stands was looking at Sasuke. They were surprised that someone had beaten a swordsman from the cloud in pure taijutsu, in the cloud, as in the mist, very good swordsman. The winner is Sasuke Uchiha. Well done Sasuke, I've got ramen, the scarlet-haired man praised his friend. Well, it's nothing, it was too easy. Our hero did not follow the next battles, he calmly read his book until he was called. The next fight is Uzumaki Naruto vs Namake's Naruto, Gekko said. Why did I get this weakling, huh? Naruto asked languidly. I don't know, maybe it's fate, Sakura laughed and took Sasuke's hand. The opponents descended into the arena. A demon is against me. How did you even get to this stage? I'm lucky today, it will be too easy, Naruto said haughtily. Are you all? Naruto said with a yawn. How dare you? Naruto asked. Started. Naruto got into a stance and rushed at full speed to Uzumaki, the same one just stood there and looked at her boredly. For him, she moved like in slow-mo. He simply stepped aside, took her by the fist and launched into the wall with the help of her own momentum. Is that all the Hokage's daughter can show? If yes, then I'm disappointed, Naruto said coldly and at 1/3 of his speed ran up to her and knocked her out. To the genin, he just seemed to teleport. The winner is Naruto Uzumaki, Gekko said. Naruto moved to the balcony and fist bumped with Sasuke and Sakura. It was too easy, Naruto said boredly. So next fight, Haruno Sakura and Yamanako Ino. Well, what do I need this for? The pink-haired woman asked. There's going to be a baby beating, Naruto joked. I'll ask you right now, big head. Ino screamed. You are everything? Sakura asked just like Naruto. Started. Oh, you get it from me, Ino did not have time to finish, as Sakura sharply hit the ground, and cracks appeared in it. Ino lost her balance and fell, Sakura took advantage of this and simply knocked her out. Winner Sakura Haruno, the examiner said in surprise. Sakura returned to her team and they hit their fists again. Everyone looked at them in surprise. All members of this team passed the qualifying stage purely in taijutsu. Then there were other fights, which our team did not pay any attention to. So, the penultimate fight of Hyuga Neji vs Hyuga Hinata, let's start, the judge announced. Hinata-san, give up, you won't win this court, Naruto interrupted Neji. Listen, slam the mittens and give birth. Oh you bastard, okay Hinata-san you could give up, Neji flew to Hinata with an activated Byakugan. What followed was a soft-fisted fight. Neji blocked Hinata's Tenketsu and she fell to one knee. Byakugan, 32 strikes of heaven. Neji yelled and was about to land the first blow when someone grabbed his arm. This someone turned out to be Naruto. He was at his maximum speed with weights. Let me remind you, Naraka's speed with weights is approximately equal to Minato's speed, and, intercepting Niji's hand, spun him and threw him into the wall. "What are you doing?" Niji asked angrily. "Fixed something you'll regret," Naruto said and appeared in the stands. All but the Kage saw only a scarlet blotch. "The winner is Hugo Niji," the shocked judge said. So, there was only one participant. "You have a choice, either whoever wants to go into battle with him and leave the exam if he loses, or Kuratsuchi will pass without a fight." "I can fight," Naruto came down. "Then let's get started. You can't beat me with taijutsu alone," Kuratsuchi shouted. "Are you sure?" Naruto asked with a smirk and ran to the opponent at maximum speed, and knocked her out. Again, all but the Kage saw only a scarlet blotch. "The winner is Uzumaki Naruto." This concludes the second stage. The last stage will take place in a month at the main arena of Konoha at 10 a.m. Everybody's free. Our team was lost in a haze. "I suggest celebrating in Ichiraku," Naruto suggested. "Yes." Teammates agreed. They went to a diner and Naruto sent a clone to the Hokage to deal with Karen. They sat in the ramen shop for about 2 hours, and then they went in different directions. Naruto received information from the clone, and was overjoyed that Karen was allowed to become Konoha's genin. Naruto recovered to the Hokage to his mother. There was only Kushina in the house, as Minato was at work, and the children were celebrating the passage of the second stage. "Hello, Mom. It's me." Naruto greeted softly and happily. "Hello, son. Well, how was the second stage?" Kushina asked. "Yes, everything is fine. We set a new record for the speed of passing the second stage, put Naruto in his place, and that's it." "Wow, you're strong." "Actually Naruto, I found us a home. It is on 2 floors with a large kitchen and living room. There is also a huge basement and yard. Worth 40 million ryo. Cool, Mom. Here's the deal, I met Karen Uzumaki at the exam. I made a deal with the Hokage and she will be Konoha's genin. Can she live with us?" "Of course, what is the question?" "Okay, let's go to Minato's and let's say I'm moving." "Yes." After that, they went to the Hokage, where they had a not very pleasant conversation. As a result, Minato and Kushina divorced, while Menma and Naruto stayed with their father. After all, they came for Karen and they all moved in together. In the next morning, Naruto wondered what he would do this month. "Haiku, what do you think I can do besides learning what I wanted? And you don't get sick? I think you should sign a draft contract. But only if you lay down the seals without a contract, you will find yourself in a world of summoning more suitable for you." "Okay, what seals?" Naruto asked as he arrived at the range. "First, you bite your finger until it bleeds, fold the seals of a snake, tiger, dog and bird, and then hit the ground with your hand." "Thank you." Naruto left 300 clones for training, and he went to the world of summoning. Having done the necessary actions, he found himself in a hilly area. "How did you get here, man?" asked the fox with 5 tails. "Hello. I folded the summoning seals without a contract and ended up here. It's clear. Kumari-sama is waiting for you, follow me." "What is your name?" "My name is Hikari, and I'm the vice boss of the foxes," the fox said proudly. "Nice to meet you Hikari-sama, I'm Naruto Uzumaki, Kurama's Jinchuriki." "Seriously, are you the creator's Jinchuriki?" "Yes," Naruto said, and a full-size Kurama emerged from the seal with Naruto standing on his head. "Hello, Hikari. And you grew up?" "Greetings, Kurama-sama." "Ahaha, let's not be formal." Then they came to the biggest hole. "And here you are, the child from the prophecy, I was waiting for you." "What, father? Father!" shouted Kumari. "Hello son. Yes it's me. Can you train this asshole?" Certainly. But first, you need to sign a contract, the fox boss said and took out a huge scroll. Write your name here in blood. Naruto looked at the scroll and didn't see any names, after which he wrote his own. Thanks, Kamaru-sama. I'm honored to be your first summoner. Naruto, let's not be formal. You must stay with us for 4 years to learn everything and become cunning, dexterous, secretive and quick as foxes. Don't worry, 1 year here, 1 week there. Well, let's start. 4 years later. POV Naruto. In the 4 years I have spent in the calling world, I have learned a lot. I was able to use the ideal hermit mode, when entering which, I get fox ears grow larger, my eyes also become fox. In addition to increasing physical characteristics, this mode greatly improves hearing, smell and vision. I was able to enter Sannin mode in 1 second, get the Sun chakra accumulated by my clones and kurama, became a master of the fox fighting style and mixed it with my own. Now my blows have become sharp and unpredictable. In each blow I added the chakra of the elements of lightning or wind, sometimes mixing it with Sun chakra. I increased my physical characteristics many times over. Now, as I understand it, I have become almost the fastest in the whole world, but this is not accurate. Improved Ken and Taijutsu skills. With Fuin, everything remained the same. But ninjutsu is a different story. I was still able to learn how to fold the seals with one hand, thereby greatly improving my chakra control. Created 3 new techniques, Futon, Raisin Shuriken, Raiden, Raigon and Katon, Moerigan. I just mixed a regular Rasengan with the elements of wind, fire and lightning. Reduced chakra costs for Hiration. And the coolest and most spectacular thing I did was to learn how to change the color of fire and lightning in techniques. One day, I went to the secret library of foxes, and I found a scroll to change the color of fire and lightning. Now I have scarlet fire and scarlet lightning, like my hair, in all the techniques of Katon and Raiden. And the coolest and most spectacular thing I did was to learn how to change the color of fire and lightning in techniques. One day, I went to the secret library of foxes, and I found a scroll to change the color of fire and lightning. Now I have scarlet fire and scarlet lightning, like my hair, in all the techniques of Katon and Raiden. And the coolest and most spectacular thing I did was to learn how to change the color of fire and lightning in techniques. One day, I went to the secret library of foxes, and I found a scroll to change the color of fire and lightning. Now I have scarlet fire and scarlet lightning, like my hair, in all the techniques of Katon and Raiden. Now, about the call itself, as I correctly understood from Kurama's explanation, it is my personal call. Imagine my summoning the 9-tailed demon fox himself. My enemies will go nuts when they see him. By the way, I don't spend chakras at all on his call, and this is a huge plus. Also, now I wore a different cloak. It was sewn specifically for the fox Sannin, that is, for me. It was scarlet with black fire at the bottom and the inscription Fox Sannin. And of course I looked like a 16 to 17-year-old teenager. End POV Naruto. Well, it's time for me to leave this place. I've learned a lot from you all my friends. Goodbye. Shouted the Scarlet-Haired one and folded the callback seals. Naruto appeared on the training ground, where he was transferred to the world of summoning. He immediately went home. House of Naruto. Kushina cooked in the kitchen while Karen worked out in the backyard. They were very worried about Naruto, because he just took it and disappeared, and tomorrow is also the last stage of the Chunin exams. Where are you, son? Kushina asked in the air. Suddenly she saw a scarlet flash, and shuddered. Hi mom, I'm at home. Shouted a cheerful Naruto. He had not been at home for a very long time and had not seen his mother. Naruto! Shouted the joyful Uzumaki, where were you, why did you grow up like that? I was in the world of my call, let's sit down at the table, and that is, I really want to, at the same time I will tell the story, Karen. called Naruto's sister. "Ni-san. You are back. Where were you, and why did you grow up so much?" "Hello sister, let's sit down at the table, I'll tell you everything," the scarlet-haired Karen hugged. Naruto talked about training, about foxes and much more. "Wow, you are now super strong, but will you train me, please?" asked Karen. "Okay, just come on after the exam, but now I'll go for a walk while the family," cried the scarlet-haired and left. Naruto wandered around Konoha and remembered the exam. "I remember how I helped that girl from Suna, but why when I remember her I feel warm in my chest. I feel about the same feeling for my mother and Karen, only weaker. What could it be? Maybe love?" the scarlet-haired one thought. "Bravo, well done, our dumb-headed Romeo finally figured it out, otherwise I thought that you would never be able to understand." "Well, thanks to the mat, you better tell me what to do." "Well, what? Invite her somewhere. And if she doesn't agree?" "How else will she agree? Did you at least see how she blushed with your help and under your gaze? Especially since I'm an empath, so go for it, Romeo is not completed." Naruto was thinking where to take her, when suddenly. Temari's POV. Tomorrow is the third stage, the main thing is not to make a mistake, as in the written stage. Stop, that scarlet-haired one helped me, yes, I remember his name was Naruto, he was still handsome, so smart and strong, I wish I could go on a date with him. Stop, what are these thoughts of a fool in love? It looks like I fell in love. It's a pity that I can only dream about him, I thought, when suddenly I ran into some scarlet-haired young man of about 16 in appearance. He was dressed in everything black and only the cloak was red. I was about to hit him, as I understood, scarlet hair, azure blue eyes in which you can drown, 3 stripes on the cheeks, this is Naruto. I started imagining him in his underpants, and then without them. From these thoughts, I blushed, and then, as I realized what I was thinking, I blushed even more. End POV Temari. Suddenly he crashed into the same blonde with 4 ponytails and a fan behind her back. She was dressed in a white kimono and on top of it, iron cap armor, which took on her very not bad forms. The second breast size at the age of 14 is not hura mura for you. It was Temari who was able to capture Naruto's heart. Upon impact, Naruto fell on top of Temari and his face was inches away from the blondes. The crimson-haired blushed, and Temari reached a boiling point. They continued to lie like that. Hi, Temari, are glad to see you, Naruto stuttered. Hey, I don't understand, but get yourself together Rag, Kurama shouted in his subconscious and it worked. Temari, let's go somewhere, said already confident, but red Naruto. Come on, said the burgundy Temari. Scarlet-Haired stood up and picked up Temari in his arms. Oh. Hold on tight, said Naruto, removing the seals of resistance. Yes, he replaced the weights on the seals of resistance. He rushed at maximum speed to Ichiraku, in a second he was already there. Ah. Temari shouted in surprise. Ahahaha, you like my real speed? The scarlet-haired one asked. The speed was so high that the passing shinobi and ordinary people did not even see a smeared scarlet spot, they just felt the wind blew on them and that's it. Hi Tucci, I'm here with my girlfriend, as usual, Naruto said. Girl? Temari asked. Yes, do you mind? No, miso soup, please, the blonde gathered and left only a blush on her face. Naruto began to examine Temari, he glanced at her figure, stopped at her feet, he saw well, but moderately inflated legs and arms. He noticed that most likely she has the element of wind and loves medium distances. Temari noticed this, and hit Naruto on the palm. For what? For staring. Well, yes, I looked at you, and noticed that you have a great figure, as I understand you train a lot and prefer the element of wind and middle distance. Temari was surprised, she did not expect to hear such a thing. Not only is he handsome and strong, but also smart. Oh yes, he called my figure beautiful. Temari exclaimed in her head. So they talked on various topics until it got dark. Let me take you to the hotel, Naruto suggested. Good, Temari agreed and they held hands. Having reached the hotel, they stood there, but Uzumaki was tired of it. He kissed Temari on the cheek and ran home. Arriving home, he was all beaming, because he invited a girl he likes on a date. Son, why are you so happy and embarrassed? Did you find a girl? Kushina asked, and Karen pricked up her ears. Yes, her name is Sabaku but Temari and she is the daughter of the fourth Kazekage, Uzumaki answered. Wow, and how is she? Karen asked. She is beautiful. Okay, I'll shower and sleep, good night. Naruto said goodbye. Morning of the next day. Naruto woke up at 8 a.m. and decided to warm up by adding another layer of resistance seal. He was having a hard time walking. After washing up, he went for a run around Konoha. He ran 2 laps in an hour. After that, it was already easy for him to run at the speed of an average jonin. He went to the training ground where he warmed up for 30 minutes and meditated for another 30. Arena Konohagakure no Sato, 10:05. Shikamura Nara, said Genma. Here. Uzumaki Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto, well, it looks like he's not here. The examiner was interrupted by a thrown kunai and scarlet lightning. A scarlet-haired one appeared in it. Here, Uzumaki said in a cold voice, it's Scarlet Lightning. I heard he is very strong, but I didn't know that he was a boy. Jonin, Anbu and Kage were in shock. They would not have thought that the Scarlet Lightning was Naruto. Yes, I'm here. I beg pardon, the examiner, still shocked, said, so, since everyone is in the assembly, I will announce the rules. The rules are the same as in the second stage. I ask everyone except Uzumaki Naruto and Hugo Niji to go up to the top. Shouted the examiner and jumped away. Do you want a fast or long fight? Naruto asked, a loser like you is destined to lose quickly. I see, then quickly, Naruto said and removed all the seals of resistance. Oh how good. Naruto shouted, he took off his resistance seals? Minato asked. I wonder how fast he is without Hiration. Well, let's play. Naruto asked and rushed to Niji at maximum speed. He decided to mock him for his behavior with Hinata. Everyone except Shinobi from the rank of an average jonin simply did not see Naruto. The rest saw a scarlet spot. Minato and Hei somehow distinguished Naruto. This is just incredible speed. Hit Niji, and he flew off into the wall. Fate is written by the man himself, remember this, said Naruto and Niji carried away on a stretcher. Everyone was shocked by how strong Naruto was, but he just used speed and taijutsu and defeated a genius from a clan of taijutsu masters without single scratch. Genin finally realized that Naruto is very strong. Demon, some people shouted, including Naruko and Menma. Yes, they didn't change after their mother left, they also began to consider her a demon. Scarlet Lightning, shouted most of the arena. Naruto just smiled and teleported to his teammates. Next fight, Uchiha Sasuke vs Sabaku no Kankuro. Let's start. Sasuke immediately turned on the Sharingan and saw that there was a doll in front of him, so he created a Chidori at maximum speed and rushed to the doll. From the blow of the Uchiha the doll shattered to smithereens. I give up. Kankuro shouted, winner. Uchiha. Sasuke. Well done Sasuke, but I thought you utilize him, but it's not bad either, Naruto said. Okay, Shikamaru's next fight, it will be interesting. According to the canon, well, let me really break down to describe this fight, and you are already interested in watching the next fights. I surrender. Naruto walked over to Temari and hugged him. You're done, the scarlet-haired gentleman said in the ear of his beloved, from which the blonde blushed. Thank you. Everyone who watched this was in shock. Wow Naruto, why didn't you tell us? Sakura asked. I forgot, hugging Temari, said Uzumaki. Next fight, Sakura Haruno vs Cloud Samui. Let's get started. You won't win as easily as last time. Samui shouted, and taking out a katana, she rushed to the pig. Yes, well? Sakura asked and took out a kunai. She soaked it with wind chakra and cut Samui's katana. The blonde was confused, and that was enough for Sakura. She hit her in the face, so much so that she flew off to the same place where Niji was, breaking through the wall even more. What kind of monsters are they? Everyone thought about the three Naruto, the winner of Haruno Sakura. Kakashi was proud for their students, as they were afraid. Thank you, Kakashi-sensei, Naruto, Sasuke. Without you I would not have been able to rise so high, Sakura said. Rock Lee's next fight against Omoi. Lee stupidly pulled the fight due to the power of youth. Rock Lee winner. For the power of youth. Rock and Guy shouted. Sabaku no Gaara's next fight against Kitsuchi of Stone. Absolute defense and Gaara's sand dragged the round. Winner Sabaku no Gaara. This was the last fight in the quarterfinals, a break of 30 minutes. Announced the judge. 30 minutes later. Well, guys, let's try and show what we are capable of, Sakura said. Indeed, I also think that we need to show most of what we are capable of, also show tactical actions on our part, so that the Kage would notice us and our abilities and promote it in rank, agreed Naruto. And our team hit their fists. The break is over, please go down to the arena. Uzumaki Naruto and Uchiha Sasuke for the next fight, said the judge. Let's give it our all, suggested Sasuke. Come on, agreed Uzumaki. Start. Shouted Genma, the name of the judge, if anyone forgot. Friends took out katanas and rushed at each other. Sasuke was moving at top speed with his three-tome Sharingan on, while Naruto was moving at a speed slightly faster than his friends. Sasuke tried to get Naruto with his katana, but Naruto dodged and parried. So they moved in a beautiful dance. Soon the Uzumaki began to counterattack. After 3 successful counterattacks from Naruto, the Uchiha realized that he could not defeat him in Kenjutsu, so after his lunge and the Uzumaki's dodge, he jumped back, sheathing his katana and folding the seals. Kato, large fireball. Sasuke shouted, and a ball with a diameter of 2.5 times the size of the genin flew at Naruto. Uzumaki himself wanted to show his mastery in the element of water, so he folded the necessary seals and shouted. Suiton, water wall. All the shinobi in the hall were surprised as some genin performed a powerful Suiton defensive technique without a source of water nearby, and only the second Hokage himself, Tobirama Senju, could do that. Flashback. Naruto workout. Naruto, I've been thinking and decided that you should learn Suiton techniques without a source of water nearby, but how to do it, think for yourself. You are smart enough for this, well, thanks to the rug. Who did you call the rug? Kurama shouted. But Uzumaki was no longer listening, he was thinking how this could be implemented. What if you condense water? No, it's too long, I need something simple, something that won't get in my way. So back to the base, to use Suiton techniques we use the water element chakra, and if at the moment when I release the sensory chakra, release the water element chakra as well? Thus, when I use the Suiton techniques, I will simply take my Suiton chakra that is inside me and the Suiton chakra that I released, then this chakra will be enough to not use water sources. The Scarlet-Haired one thought, well done, I thought of myself that you are standing, but quickly for work. Shouted the carpet. End flashback. The ball collided with the wall and completely extinguished it. Steam covered the entire arena. Sasuke decided to face Naruto in taijutsu, activating his Sharingan. He ran towards the Uzumaki, but Naruto sensed him and they began a taijutsu fight. A punch to the head from an Uchiha. Dodge and kick in the chest from Naruto. But Sasuke was not at a loss and, grabbing the enemy's hand with his second hand, dragged him further and wanted to kick with a turn, but Naruto at that moment folded the seals with one hand, which surprised absolutely everyone and blew out a wind blade from which Sasuke did not completely dodge, and received a wound on his shoulder. True, the Uchiha was not distracted from the fight and, jumping back, threw a kunai with a fishing line at Naruto, from which he dodged. Sasuke continued to throw such kunai to drive Naruto into a newly formed trap, which Uzumaki understood, so he simply jumped up, after which he blew a fiery dragon, which flew at full speed on Sasuke. Uchiha already dodged, but because of the fire he did not see the chakra threads that Uzumaki controlled the dragon. Naruto learned this to improve chakra control, and he flew right at Sasuke. He realized that he could not evade him, so he shouted, "I give up." Well, the winner of this fight, Uzumaki Naruto. After these words, Uzumaki dispelled the dragon and approached his friend. He fought well, friend, said the Scarlet-Haired one, and the friends laid down peace signs. Well, nothing, next time I will defeat you, said the Uchiha. Ahahaha, I'll be waiting, Naruto replied, after which the friends laughed, and to Naruto's laughter, they teleported with a friend to Sakura. Congratulations Naruto. Sensei and the pink-haired girl congratulated the teammate. Thank you. The next fight is yours, good luck, said the scarlet-haired Haruno. The next fight is dog, but Temari vs Haruno Sakura, Genma announced, and after both girls went down, announced the start of the battle. I don't know who to root for a friend or for a girl, Naruto thought. Temari did not hesitate, she immediately jumped away from Sakura and took out a fan. The currents created by Temari did not allow Sakura to run up, she was tired of it, so after another dodge, she hit the ground sharply, and so crack started. And thus soaring into the air, she then used her technique and one circle appeared on the fan. Now my attacks have become stronger, Temari said and sent a double-strength air blade at Sakura. Haruno folded her seals and shouted, Doton, earth bullets. She also channeled wind chakra through each bullet, making them faster and more destructive. Temari tried to beat them off with fan streams, but she didn't succeed, because of which she was hooked. One hit in the shoulder and the other in the leg. She fell to one knee and at that moment Sakura hit her hand on the ground and Temari was thrown back, after which the blonde passed out. Winner Haruno Sakura, wait a few minutes, our shinobi will fix the arena for the next fights. At that moment, shinobi appeared and, using a doton, fixed the arena. Well done, Sakura. Congratulations. All her friends shouted. Thank you, my next fight is with you, Naruto, I will make you fight seriously. You really try, said Uzumaki and grinned. Rock Lee's next fight is against Sabaku, but Gaara, let's start. Genma said. Fight like in canon, only Gaara didn't try to kill Lee so he didn't get hurt. Winner Sabaku, but Gaara, next fight Uzumaki Naruto vs Haruno Sakura, are the members ready? Friends nodded. Then began, said the judge and jumped back. Sakura immediately took out a kunai, after which she began to conduct wind chakra through them and throw them at Naruto, but the Uzumaki dodged. After 3 minutes of shelling, the Scarlet-Haired got tired of it and after another dodge, he created a chidori in his hand and ran to Sakura. The girl took 2 kunai and soaked them with wind chakra, after which they began a fight in taijutsu. Naruto began to clearly dominate and at one moment Sakura jumped back and hit the ground with her fist, cracks began to appear on it. Naruto created 2 clones that pushed the original into the air with the help of wind chakra, and the original created 2 more clones that blew out a large fireball, and the second strengthened it with the wind. Uzumaki himself threw kunai with the Hiraition formula into the fire. Haruna did not notice the kunai, so she simply created a huge and thick wall of earth. Naruto created a chidori in one hand, and a mini Rasengan in another, so as not to kill Sakura, after which he moved to the kunai and broke through the wall with the help of the chidori, and hit the girl with the Rasengan. She flew off and fell unconscious. Uzumaki Naruto winner. Genma announced. The girl was taken to the hospital. I asked the dog to come down to the arena, but Gaara. I congratulate you on reaching the final. If you are ready, then let's start, said the referee and jumped away from the opponents. How is Shikaku doing? Naruto asked Gaara. Thank you for saving me from torment and making friends with Shikaku, he is a great conversationalist and helper. Dog answered, but glad to help, friend. Come on, show what you can, shouted Uzumaki and scattered the kunai with the seals of the flight of the god of thunder, removed the seals of resistance, taking out his katana and impregnating it with the elements of lightning. Naruto began to just strike at a frantic speed, the sand could not keep up with him. At one moment he created 2 clones, they launched a water dragon impregnated with lightning at Gaara. Naruto himself hid underground in order to get out at the right moment. Here he got the memories of the clones as a dog, but created a thick dome of sand. His technique broke through one layer of sand and at that moment Naruto pops out of the ground, being inside the dome, he created a Rasengan and hit Gaara. After that, the dome fell, and the sandy armor crumbled. Naruto ran up and put a kunai to Gaara's throat. I surrender, shouted the dog, but the winner of this fight and the entire exam is Uzumaki Naruto, shouted the judge. Hurrah! Scarlet Lightning, shouted from the stands. Thank you, Uzumaki shouted and moved to the teammates, then together with them to Ichiraku. Congratulations, friends shouted. Congratulations, Naruto, now you will be a Chunin. Patting on the shoulder, the gray-haired man said. Thank you, well, let's celebrate. So they sat until the evening, after which our hero moved home. He and his family were about to celebrate when there was a knock on the door. Come in, Kushina called from the kitchen. It's you, Minato, Kushina said with a hint of contempt. Yes hic, it's me, I have hic, the question is why hic, you left us with the children hic. To Naruto? Asked the tipsy Namikaze. I just can't be in the same house with a deceiver and spoiled egoists, although it's my own fault that I raised them like that, maybe later I can survive it, but now I don't. Yes, how hic. You dare. You are ick. Understand that you are for me ick. Mean. Minato shouted. Minato, go away, you're drunk, we'll talk when you sober up, shouted Kushina. You can't yell at me, now I'll teach you a lesson, shouted the blonde and swung at Uzumaki. Leave now, otherwise I'll kill you, Naruto said in a grave voice, after which he runs up to the Hokage, grabs his hand, takes him to his office, and then is transferred home. That's all, but now let's continue the celebration. So they dined until night. The next day, Hokage's office. We need to decide who will eventually become Chunin, said the fourth. I suggest Nara Shikamaru, Uchiha Sasuke, Haruno Sakura and Uzumaki Naruto. They all showed good analytical, mental and combat skills. In addition, they are single-minded, and this what you need for a Chunin, Shikaku replied. I agree, then from today they are all Chunin. Call them, shouted the Hokage. House of Naruto. The scarlet-haired man got up, did his morning routine, and prepared breakfast. After eating, he wanted to go to the training ground, but the ANBU knocked on the door. Uzumaki Naruto, the Hokage wants to see you, said the shinobi and disappeared into the haze. I wanted to train called, okay, to the Hokage, so to the Hokage, Uzumaki sighed. 10 minutes later. Nara Shikamaru, Uchiha Sasuke, Haruno Sakura and Uzumaki Naruto, for your achievements in the exam, I appoint you as Chunin of the Hidden Leaf. Here are your vests, Minato said with a smile, but looking at Naruto became sad. Hooray. Naruto, Sasuke, we're Chunin now, shouted Sakura and hugged Sasuke. Yes. Now the tasks will be more difficult, Sasuke answered. Now what? A rank will be given to us, so we performed calm Naruto said. That's a hassle, Nara lazily stretched out and yawned. Free. I'm at the training ground, bye. Naruto shouted and disappeared in a scarlet lightning. How did you become so strong, son? Thought Minato. Polygon number 16. This training ground was abandoned and Naruto trained here all the time. Today he decided to equip it. With the help of a doton, he erected earthen walls and the landfill became like a castle. After that, he began to put up a lot of barriers. Naruto spent quite a bit of his chakra on this. Naruto started training. By the end of training it was already early evening, and he decided to go to the hot springs. Approaching them, he saw an old man with long gray hair, wearing a red waistcoat with the kanji oil on the forehead protector. He sat in front of the women's springs with a retaining pipe, a notebook and a pencil. Wow, it's you, the great Sannin Jiraiya and my favorite writer at the same time. You are very cool. Naruto whispered. Oops, do you know who I am? It's very good, you see, I'm collecting material for a new book. Sannin also answered in a whisper. I have a special transmutation technique that will allow you to collect material in different conditions. Really? Well, come on, if you show this technique, I can train you, baby, the old man, who was already collecting things, replied. But, I'm no longer a baby, but a Chunin, Uzumaki Naruto or Scarlet Lightning. Yeah, you can't be him. Can we have a sparring session? Alright. Then let's go to my personal range 16. When they arrived, Jiraiya was surprised at what he saw, especially when he saw the seals. He really is an Uzumaki. I'll ask Kushina and Minato about him later, the hermit thought. Well, let's get started? Naruto asked. Yes, let's. Naruto did not remove the seals of resistance, he created clones and attacked the Sannin with taijutsu. The clones attacked from all sides, but Jiraiya deflected all the clones' attacks. At one point, he felt a strong burning sensation on his legs, after which he looked down and saw Naruto pulling him underground, but the Sannin did not lose his head and threw a kunai at Uzumaki, but he evaporated, while Naruto with a Rasengan flew to the side of the hermit in hand. How does he know this technique? Thought the gray-haired. Sannin just grabbed Naruto's hand and pulled him aside, but it turned out to be a clone, and at that moment he saw a scarlet lightning and felt a kunai at his throat. You lost. You really are a scarlet lightning, as I understand it was Hiraition, right? Yes, listen, I can trust you, will you promise not to tell anyone, not even the Hokage? Let me think, yes, I promise, the surprised Sannin replied. Is he not lying? No. Then listen. Naruto told Jiraiya everything the same as Kushina and Karen. Sannin himself was surprised at the boy's genius and abilities, and was also very disappointed in Minato, Menma and Naruto. Well, it seems that I told you everything, said Uzumaki, finishing the story. Judging by the sparring and the story, you are a real genius, purebred Uzumaki and Jinchuriki, Jiraiya summed up. Yes, I know. By the way, I wanted to ask, do you have the key to the seal? Asked Naruto. Yes, now I'll give it back, the gray-haired one answered, after which he bit his finger until it bled and folded the seals and shouted. Kuchioso no jutsu. A toad appeared in the haze, which took a scroll out of its mouth. Thank you. Uzumaki shouted joyfully, after which he signed and left a handprint in blood, after which he clicked into the subconscious and twisted the seal clockwise, and the gate opened. Well, finally. The fox shouted and extended his fist to Naruto. I glad himself, friend. In the real world, he was covered with golden fire, a whirlpool sign with black stripes appeared on his cloak. A necklace with 6 tomo appeared around his neck, and his eyes turned golden. And wow, the Sannin murmured. I'm surprised myself, here it is, the Biju mode of a true Jinchuriki, I wonder what it gives me? Naruto said. I myself wonder. Naruto decided not to remove the seals of resistance, but even with them he was just flying around the range. Now his speed was almost the same as without the seals. "Wow," said the surprised Uzumaki, no less surprised by the Sannin. "You didn't remove the seal of resistance, did you?" Jiraiya asked. "No, it's just amazing, but if it is still used together with the Sannin mode." Wait, you know the mode, Hermit? What is your call? Will you demonstrate?" The old man filled up with questions. "Yes, I know, the call of foxes, but my personal call is kurama." "Now I will demonstrate," I answered all Naruto's questions, and closed my eyes. In a few seconds, fox ears appeared, the flats on his cheeks became thicker, claws and fangs grew, and his eyes became fox. I also have orange spots around my eyes. I own the perfect Sannin mode. It gives me improved reflexes, smell, hearing, vision, increases physical characteristics and also enhances techniques. Wow! It's a pity that you already have your summon. I wanted you to scroll with the summoning of toads and teach you. Now I realize that there is almost nothing to teach you, Jiraiya sighed. Don't worry so much, though I myself don't know what new things to study now. I improved the Rasengan for each element, learned a lot of techniques. It remains only to improve the skills of Tai and Kenjutsu. You can also try to use techniques without seals at all. Okay, let's go to my house or something. It's already evening and I'm tired of waiting. Let's go. I'll have to talk to Minato, the gray-haired man thought and went after his godson. House of Naruto. Mom, Karen, I'm home. I also brought a guest. The Scarlet-Haired one shouted. Hello son, this is Jiraiya, how long ago did you come? Kushina asked. Hello Kushina, I came not long ago, while walking I met Naruto. Hello Jiraiya-san, I am Karen's cousin Naruto greeted Karen. Well, let's go to the table there and tell everyone. Sometime later. Naruto, now you have become even stronger. Okay, I'm going to bed, good night everyone. Naruto exclaimed and went to his room. In the morning Naruto got up, cooked breakfast and went for a run. He loved this activity very much. You become vigorous and free. But his pleasure was interrupted by the appearance of the Anbu. Hokage-sama is calling you, urgently, the shinobi said and disappeared in Shunshin. Apparently they won't let me rest. The Uzumaki said quietly and disappeared in lightning. 2 Anbu hung from the ceiling. Naruto himself stood in the center of the office and the blonde. Why did you call? Uzumaki asked. Since you're a Chunin now, you'll be doing even more difficult tasks from now on. So, I have a rank A mission for you. Your task is to take this scroll to the Tsuchikage directly into your hands. I think you can handle it yourself, so no one comes with you. You can proceed, Minato answered. Yes, Hokage-sama, Naruto said in a calm voice and left. Uzumaki appeared at home. Mom, Karen, I'm going on a solo A-legged mission, so I won't be around for 3 to 4 weeks, sorry sister, but we will postpone the training. It's a pity, well, good luck to you, answered Uzumaki Jr. The main thing is to come back alive, good luck, said goodbye to Kushina's son. Thank you, bye. Naruto shouted and disappeared in a scarlet lightning. Uzumaki appeared on the border of the land of fire and began to move towards the land of the earth, and then to Iwu, Iwagakure no Sato, a village hidden in stone. On his way, our hero stopped in small towns. He rented hotels there for the night, and when he left, he put the seal of the god of thunder. Naruto ran in his standard attire and his newly acquired fox mask. On the way, he was attacked by Nuke Nin with the rank of Chunin Jonin, whom he killed and sold on the black market. On arrival, Uzumaki greeted the guards, and saying that he was a messenger, moved to the residence of the Tsuchikage. There he was met by a secretary, who led him to the ruler's office. Hello Tsuchikage-sama, I'm a messenger from Konoha, I came to give you this message, said Naruto. Everything is clear with you, a request for a trade agreement. I will refuse, and also, you are Jinchuriki, so you won't leave so easily, take it. The old man shouted. For Anbu attacked. Naruto at once. Yeah, only Uzumaki said as he deftly opened his katana and cut off the head of one of the Anbu. But the rest did not lose their heads. One of them wanted to carry out a vertical strike on the Uzumaki, while the second hit in the sides, and the last one tried to carry out a vertical strike from the bottom up, but Naruto just moved to the nearest city. There he concentrated and rushed to the Hokage's office. Hokage-sama, upon arrival at the old fart's office, I gave the scroll. He refused the trade agreement, and then his Anbu attacked me, because the old fart wanted another Jinchuriki to his village. Yeah, it's bad, but we won't unleash a war. We also didn't have enough of the fourth world, Minato replied. Okay, free. Yes, Hokage-sama. Uzumaki returned home, where they were very happy that he returned, but not were glad about what happened on the mission. Okay, as I understand now the world is not very calm, because I heard about the conflict between Suna and Kyumo, as well as Kiri and Iva, and most likely what happened on the mission most likely created a conflict between Willow and Konoha, so we can assume that there will be a fourth world. Karen, I will personally train you so that you are ready for anything, understand? Naruto asked. Everything is clear Nii-san, when do we start? Asked Karen. Let's start right now. During the trip and sketched out a training plan for you. First, we will improve your physical parameters, as well as taijutsu, bokujutsu and, if you wish, kenjutsu. You will also leave a few clones to study the theory of fuinjutsu and meditation to improve your control, increase your already large chakra reserves and strengthen the chakra channels. After a year of such training, we will move on to the practice of fuinjutsu and ninjutsu. We will determine your elements and we will work out the techniques. And I almost forgot, all this you will do in the world of my call. And if you like foxes, and they like you, then you can sign a summoning contract with them, and then learn their senjutsu. Well, everything seems to be, so say goodbye to everyone, and we are going to the world of summoning, answered Uzumaki. Such good plans, well then I'll go say goodbye to my friends and we can go. I'll go and notify the Hokage. Cabinet passed. Hokage-sama, my sister Karen and I will be gone for a while, we will go with her to train in the world of my summoning. After training, she will be very strong, though still a little weaker than me. Well, Dad, said Naruto and disappeared into the lightning. Minato himself did not have time to say anything, so he just scored on it. House of Naruto. Well, it's time for us, by moms. By Kushina-san. While my relatives, be careful. After Kushina's words, Naruto closed the seals and bit his finger until it bled. Callback technique. Naruto and Karen found themselves in the middle of green hills. Some had burrows, some were used as training grounds. A dense forest with lakes and murmuring rivers grew on a rare flat area. Well, do you like it? Naruto asked, closing his eyes and inhaling the fresh air. Very surprised, Karen answered. Well, let's follow me. After these words, they went to the biggest hole. Hello Hajime, Naruto addressed the fox with a white color and 4 tails. And hello to you Naruto, who's with you? Meet, this is Karen, my sister. I didn't know that our summoner had such a wonderful sister. Karen was a little embarrassed, but said hello. Hello Hajime-san. Well, Naruto, why are you here? Our world is now restless, the fourth world is coming, so I brought my sister here to prepare her for future dangers, and I myself want to learn something. Alright Hajime, come on. We are to Kimura-san. Goodbye, the fox guard said goodbye and let the scarlet-haired ones inside. Our heroes ended up in a huge hall. The ceiling was painted and supported by tall columns with golden bases. From the hall there were passages to the rest of the underground castle, and at the end of the room there was a huge red pillow, embroidered at the edges with golden fabric, on which there was a huge fox with 6 tails and fur red like fire. "Hello Naruto-kun, why did you come and who is with you?" "And hello to you Kamaru-san, I came here to train my sister Karen, as the 4th Shinobi World War is brewing in our world. Okay, we'll go and settle down for now, and tomorrow we'll start training." "In one day?" "Well, Karen, first you need to master the technique, which can be very conveniently used for surveillance, dangerous sorties behind enemy lines and training. This is the shadow clone technique. These clones differ from the usual illusory ones in that they are material and remember everything they feel, and after dispelling all this knowledge is transferred to the owner. But there are also disadvantages. When creating clones, your chakra is divided into equal parts, and each part goes to your clone, so it is very dangerous for shinobi with a meager supply, but the chakra remaining in the clone returns with knowledge. Well, the clones dispel from one hit. Have questions? Yes, but how did you create such a clone that will not be dispelled? I just made it entirely from Kurama's chakra. Now let's move on to the study of technology. Put a cross seal, then mentally imagine how your chakra is divided into as many equal parts as you want clones, then how these parts come out of you, turning into your exact copy. Understood, I'll try it now, said Karen, and did everything as her brother said. Suddenly, 10 exact copies of her, down to the smallest detail, appeared next to her. Well done, you did it. Create 10 more, and send the first 10 clones along with mine to study Fuin theory. Divide the remaining 10 into 2 groups. The first will contain 7 clones that will begin to meditate, and the second will have the remaining 3 clones that you will send to sleep in order to even out your fatigue a little. Now I will do it. The girl once again did everything as her brother said. 10 more copies appeared nearby. Karen sent the first batch along with the newly created Naruto clone, and left the second under the big green trees that provided the same big shade. After all the actions taken, both Uzumaki stood up against each other. I think now you can start. Your task is to run 10 laps around the training ground, 50 push-ups, press and squats. You must complete all this in weights. As soon as you complete it, you will be given a rest of 20 minutes, then we will begin practice in taijutsu. Get started. The girl started training. She ran around a large training ground and at the same time watched the beauties of the world of foxes. In the distance, green hills could be seen, some of which had the same training grounds as the one where she and her brother train. On some, a dense majestic forest grew, in which kitsune families probably settled down. And for some flowed turbulent rivers passing through the entire district. Watching the beauties of the environment, Karen did not notice how she ran 10 laps and was a little tired. I finished my run, only the exercises remained. I wonder what Naruto is doing. Uzumaki thought. POV Naruto. Soon the war, which means there will be many wounded, you need to think of something. How do Irionans heal severe injuries? Chakra. But with a chakra that is not quite ordinary, they process it into a healing chakra through positive emotions. But it's a long process, and one Irionan can't help everyone at the same time. I need something that is fast and works on a large number of people, or something that can be produced in large numbers. For example, print. And how can I make these prints? I shouldn't have to torture a huge number of Irionan for hours by sealing their chakra in a seal. Whose other chakra can heal? That's right, Kurama's positive chakra. He always heals me. Ku, what do you think? To be honest, I would never help people, but I agree for your sake, my friend. Thank you, then I will start making seals. Yeah, go, finish the dialogue foxes. End POV Naruto. At the same time, in a clearing nearby. First, we will go through the basics of Fuin, without which you will not be able to continue studying this art of ninja. Fuin Jutsu is divided into 2 large categories, seals, barriers, they are also divided into subcategories. There are many types of seals: for sealing any objects, seals of submission, seals that prevent food from spoiling, and so on. It is the same with barriers. Some are designed to protect against physical attacks, some do not let sound through and hide the presence of a person, absorbing barriers, and the like. All this includes fuinjutsu. But there is another not quite category, but rather a different type of fuin. This is the combat use of fuinjutsu, but we'll talk about it as soon as we finish learning the main direction of fuinjutsu. Understood? Asked the clone of our hero. Yes. The clones of Karen answered in chorus. Great then. Let's start with calligraphy. You need to write these hieroglyphs. Polygon. Naruto. I'm done with a warm-up, said the tired Karen and plopped down on the grass. A 30-minute break, Naruto answered already and lay down under a tree. Brother, what have you been doing all this time? I came up with a way to quickly heal the injuries of people in the war. Well, how did you get ideas? Yes, I already made a trial version of the seal. I'll just test it on you after sparring, Uzumaki said with a grin. Enjoy these moments, soon everything will change, a senseless war will begin. Thousands of people will die, your friends may not return from the front. Nature will suffer, so enjoy this moment and the nature of this world. Naruto finished the dialogue and closed his eyes. Soon everything will change, the scarlet-haired girl said quietly. After the break. Well, did you rest? Asked the scarlet-haired guy with blue eyes. I think yes, we can start, answered the scarlet-haired girl standing next to the guy. Then we will start learning different kata and techniques. After that, we will start sparring, where you will be able to demonstrate and hone all the skills that you have. Now watch and repeat. At the same time, at the other end of the range. Half-naked Karen, along with her exact copies, stood uncertainly on the azure blue lake. Tall trees grew around the lake, providing shade. Naruto leaned on one of them, watching his sister. Suddenly, a breeze blew, lifting Uzumaki's hair, and from which the girl fell. After the fall, the clones scattered. How many times do I have to repeat, you lack concentration, Naruto said in an instructive voice. Yes, I know. Answered the angry Karen, but the anger was instantly replaced by embarrassment when she looked at her brother and saw that his trunk stood up. Oh Kami, what should I do? My brother got up when he saw me wet in my underwear. Okay, I'll be natural. No, I can't hold back, the younger Uzumaki thought, blushing. It'll work out now, you'll see. Naruto's POV. How many times have I told you, you lack concentration, I told my sister in an instructive voice. Okay, I think a few more times and she will succeed. Yes, I know. I heard from my sister. Oh Kami, she's sexy in wet underwear. Wait, what am I thinking? Well, I got up, and she saw it. And what should I do now? Okay, I'll be natural. Damn, I can't calm down, and I want her too much. End POV Naruto. After 30 minutes. The Chunin opened their eyes and looked around. It turned out he was lying under the same tree on which he leaned. What the hell happened? He asked himself. Karen, wake up. And what? Naruto? What happened? Apparently we lost consciousness. Right now I'll ask Kurama what it was. Come on. Kurama, why Karen and I lost consciousness? Naruto asked his friend in bewilderment. Probably very overtired, and now go, I have to sleep off to restore strength after creating those seals that night, the fox answered and closed his eyes. Well, okay, sleep. So he doesn't remember, it's good. It will be necessary to do something similar later. He said that it was from overwork. In general, we rested and that's enough, let's repeat a little more and go to dinner. I hope I can do it, Karen answered and created more clones. 2 weeks later. What can I say, Karen? During these 2 weeks spent here, we have slightly improved your Tai and ninjutsu skills, increased the speed of movement and reaction, the power of impact, agility and flexibility. But only a little. You have made great strides in chakra control and volume, so in a month we will start studying elemental techniques, and you have also advanced in Fuina. You have learned all the basic kanji and raised your calligraphy level, so starting tomorrow we will start learning the E-rank seals. Hooray! It's great that there is at least some progress. Now I have a question, do you want to learn kenjutsu? To be honest, not really. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like it's not for me. Okay, then we will start to improve your skills in fighting kunai in the forward and reverse grip. Okay, create clones and leave some of them here, let them train in taijutsu, some on the lake to increase the amount and control of the chakra, as well as the density of the chakra channels. Well, you and the rest follow me. Somewhere on this hill. Your first task is to make an improved explosion release seal. It will be more powerful than the explosion tags that are sold in shinobi shops. It looks like this, the usual explosion tag, only with this inscription on the corners. And most importantly, you must create this seal in stages by drawing certain symbols that represent these stages. Also, while writing, you must give a description of this seal. That is, you first write the characters that indicate what this seal is, then those that indicate what it does, and the last ones are reinforcement, if any. But each print has a different number of stages, but this is the basic design. And I almost forgot. This is a special ink that conducts chakra, so when creating a seal, do not forget to soak it with your chakra. Well, that's all you need to know, you understand? Naruto asked. You're so clever. Yes, I understand everything, can I start? You can, answered a little embarrassed Uzumaki. Wow, such a cold boy was embarrassed by his sister's praise. Kurama was joking at his friend. Oh, shut up, better tell me when you recover to make another portion of seals. Soon, and I'm going to sleep. Well, go, finished Naruto. I still don't believe that we passed out from overwork. I'll have to talk to him, but for now I'll see what my sister has. After a month of training. Naruto, I'm done, shouted a girl with scarlet hair, who was sitting under a tree with her copies. It looks high quality, let's check it in action, the guy with the same hair answered, and created a tree clone. As soon as the clone was born, the Uzumaki placed a seal on its forehead, causing the clone to freeze in place. Great job, not every crippling seal will work on my tree clone. Yura! Karen shouted and rushed at her brother. In an instant, they looked at each other and turned away in embarrassment. Okay, dispel your clones and let's go to dinner. The girl nodded, and having added the necessary seal, all the clones that were sitting behind her dispersed, as well as everyone else on other parts of the training ground. Karen sighed and almost fell to the ground, but Uzumaki managed to catch her. Yeah, this is too much information for you yet, let me move us to the dining room, said Naruto, and disappeared from this beautiful clearing in a scarlet lightning along with his sister. They appeared in a huge hall in the middle of which several long tables stood parallel to each other. Behind each of them sat foxes with a different number of tails, ranging from 1 to 5. The ceiling of this hall was also painted. The paintings depicted foxes who arranged a feast. The ceiling itself was supported by wide and long columns covered with gold. A majestic chandelier hung from it, also covered with gold, which gave off a red tint. Paintings of various landscapes and foxes hung on the walls. Each was unique. You have made great strides in your training this month. Brought up physical parameters to a level between average and strong chunin. Taijutsu normal, and with kunai you managed to raise to the level of an average chunin. In Fuin, she mastered all the seals of E and D ranks. And your current control and volume of chakra will allow you to learn elemental techniques with enough ease, and that's exactly what we'll do tomorrow, Naruto said to his sister while he sat her on the bench and laid food. this is just wonderful, I'm so glad that we will start learning ninjutsu. Karen replied, helping herself to food as well. Itadakimasu, said all the foxes and our heroes in unison. The next day. First, we will determine your elements. Your task is to touch these 10 sheets with all your fingers, and soak each one with chakra. If the leaf burns, then you have katon, if it gets wet, sueton, rots, doton, shrinks, raton, and if it is divided into 2 parts, then you have futon. Clear? Then proceed. Karen did everything as her brother told her. And it turned out that half of the sheets were divided into 2 parts, and the other burned out. Hooray! I've always wanted futon and katon. Congratulations, but it's pointless to switch to techniques right now, since you have no control over the elements. Sadly, but how can I learn to control the elements? The girl asked in bewilderment. It's simple. To master a futon, you need to cut an ordinary leaf into 2 parts using the element itself, and for a katon, you need to make it burn. Here, look, the guy said, taking one leaf between his fingers. After a few moments, one of them split in half, and only ashes remained from the other. Cool. Alright, let's get started. After 2 weeks of hard work, Karen sparred with Naruto, where she was able to hold out for 2 minutes, and this is a success. Okay, rest a little more and we'll have the last sparring for today, Uzumaki said. Phew. The girl sighed and lay down on the ground. She was covered in cuts and bruises. The clothes were in the ground and torn in some places. Let's go back to Konoha, I'll buy you new clothes. Thank you. Uzumaki Jr. suddenly felt that the 2 clones dispersed and new knowledge came to her. She jumped up abruptly, ran to the nearest tree, tore off 2 leaves. First, she covered one leaf with both hands, then closed her eyes. And then did the same with the second one. All this happened under the surprised look of Naruto. Soon the girl removed her hand covering the one in which there were leaves, and showed them to her brother. You did it, congratulations. From tomorrow, we will start learning elemental techniques. For each of the verses, we will study 2 attacking and 1 defensive. Hooray! And now sparring, Naruto said with a smile. More precisely, beating me with my beloved whimper. After 2 years of training, Karen has learned a lot and improved her knowledge. The girl was able to develop the speed of movement and reaction, the force of impact, agility, flexibility and the like to the level of a strong jonin, as well as ordinary taijutsu and kunai, bukijutsu and ninjutsu. From the elements of the wind, she knew the techniques: air wall, vacuum projectile, vacuum shuriken, wind blade, air dome, air armor, air dragon, as well as impregnate weapons and clothes with wind chakra. From the element of fire, she knew techniques: large and ordinary fireballs, phoenix petals, wall of fire, fire dome, phoenix flowers, fire dragon, phoenix. I learned how to combine the techniques of these 2 elements with the help of my clone. In Fwine, Karen was particularly successful. Mastered EA rank seals and barriers and earned the title of a qualified Fuinjutsu master. Awakened the chains of Kongo Fuso during one of the sparring matches, so she had to learn how to fight using those chains. She began designing her own seals and assisted Naruto in creating his special healing seals. Uzumaki himself also did not forget about his training. He maintained his form, but he had nowhere to grow. At the moment, the blue-eyed one was sitting under a sakura tree growing on the shore of the lake where chakra control classes were held, and the same incident happened. Looking at the starry sky, the guy thought about that strange case with a sudden loss of consciousness. He tried to remember what happened, but in the end he left this case and thought about which draft his sister would prefer, whether the war had begun in their absence or not, and much more. Suddenly, an image of Temari popped up in his mind. He understood that he had not seen her for quite a long time, and decided that after all the problems associated with the war, he would definitely meet with her. I also remembered about my mother, about her care and stubbornness, about the fact that once he was alone and was hated by the whole village. So, something got me carried away. Maybe I'll start exercising. Naruto got up from the green grass and shook himself off, creating a large number of clones. Dividing them into groups, he gave each of them tasks. And he, activating the seal of complete chakra suppression, began to perform his set of exercises, suicide. "Brother, get up." Karen woke up her brother, and as soon as she began to shake him, he disappeared into the haze. What? Was it a clone? Where is Naruto then? The girl muttered in confusion, looking around nervously. The girl decided to get dressed and ask for help from her fox friend. Aiko. Naruto is gone. How did it disappear? I decided to wake him up to call for breakfast, and when he started to wake up, he disappeared into the haze, and I realized that it was a clone. Well, if so, then you need to find him. Do you have any of his stuff? Of course, Karen answered and brought his protector from the room of the Scarlet-Haired one, here. The fox sniffed the protector and then said to follow her. The Uzumaki slept under that cherry blossom tree. Insects were flying on the lake, and some midge, sitting on the face of the Chunin, woke him up. He stood up, murmuring angrily. After washing and doing a warm-up, he was about to leave, when his sister and a kitsune with 3 tails named Aiko burst into the clearing. Where are you? Why weren't you in the room? The girl asked angrily and started releasing her ki. Our Chunin wasn't scared, so he calmly replied. Hi, Aiko, sis. To answer your question, throughout the time that we are here I go to night training, but that's not the point. Let's go have breakfast. So the 3 of them came into the dining room and sat down in their seats. Listen, I wanted to ask. Do you want to sign a contract with foxes or other animals? The guy asked as he served himself some food. Thinking I want to summon foxes and foxes. I've gotten used to them and I like them. Okay, then after breakfast, send the clones to training, and with me you will go to the boss. Oka. After breakfast, the Uzumaki entered a large hall where the boss was sitting on a cushion. Naruto asked for a scroll to sign the contract, to which the boss agreed, and Karen became the second fox summoner. 1 year later, Uzumaki Jr. was successfully able to summon foxes, and Aiko became her personal summon. Ideally, she mastered fox taijutsu, and based on it she created her own style. Mastered senjutsu and learned the art of stealth. As a result of these trainings, she increased her strength to the level of a strong jonin. Well, sister, it's time for us to return to our world. They're just past the 3rd week since our departure. It's a pity that we're leaving, I like it here so much. Don't worry, you can come here at any time. And that's true. Thank you for your hospitality, goodbye. Shouted the brother and sister. Goodbye, all the foxes shouted in response and the kitsune. Naruto folded the seals, biting his finger, shouted. Back summoning technique. They showed up at home. From an unexpected and sharp sound, Kushina pulled out a kunai and stood up in a fighting stance. Ah, it's you, Kushina said happily, and put the kunai into her pouch. Finally you are back. The woman hugged her brother and sister. We are also glad to see you, Karen said, and then Naruto. They sat down at the table and each shared what happened. Karen, you have become very strong. Well done. Thanks Mom, it's all thanks to my brother. Naruto was a little embarrassed. Okay, I'm going to the Hokage, the guy said and moved to the residence. Minato sat in his office sorting through papers. He was getting ready for the meeting of the 5 Kage. But he was prevented by a scarlet-haired guy who appeared from lightning. Hokage-sama, Karen and I have arrived. In strength, she became equal to a strong jonin. I also designed and made a huge amount of instant healing seals based on the positive fox chakra. I made them specifically for warfare. Wonderful. We just have the second Chunin exam among the shinobi of our village tomorrow. We will sign Karen and her team. We decided to have an exam before the 5 Kage meeting in a week. Since the situation in the world is heating up, we have decided to form an alliance with Suna and Kiri. They just need the lands of Stone and Cloud. We started to develop trade between our villages. And just for you there is a task. Deliver this scroll to Suna and return back. This is an A-rank mission. You will complete the mission in the accounting department. Yes, Hokage-sama, said Uzumaki, and put the scroll in his pouch. And yet, after the mission, will you show your seals? Yes, of course, Naruto replied and appeared at his house, and, finding no one, went to collect equipment. When he was ready, he decided to write a note to his family with the following text. Mom, Karen, I went on an A-rank mission to deliver a scroll to Suna, so I will be back in 2 or 3 days. Don't worry about me. But put it on the table, and he moved to the gates of the village. I think it's time to test the Biju mode combined with the Sannin mode and my speed without resistance seals, the guy thought, and removed the effect of the seals, entered the Biju mode and the Sannin mode, and then put on himself a henge so that it was not too noticeable. Having done all the necessary actions, he began to run towards the village hidden in the sand. He ran through various settlements that were teeming with life. Someone was selling their goods, someone was just walking with the children, and someone was just walking around idle and whistling an incomprehensible melody. Naruto, running past, realized that soon the lives of these people would change. Already few people will be able to sell their goods, no one will be able to calmly walk with children. Everyone will sit at home or seek salvation in the great villages. And it all happened because of me, because I'm a Jinchuriki. How tired of all this. It's good that I managed to make a large number of seals. I hope it will be possible to reduce the number of victims, I hope. In his thoughts, he did not notice how he began to run through the desert. He peered into the distance and saw the outline of houses. I think it's time to make a halt, he thought. Having reached the city, he left all modes and restored the seals of resistance. Naruto began to move down the main street, looking at the sandstone buildings. He passed by houses of various sizes. The larger ones must have belonged to some ninja or merchant. The smaller ones were the property of some farmer or merchant. On the first floors of some of the houses there were shops, cafes, hairdressers, bars and hotels, one of which our hero entered. Once inside, he immediately felt fresh and cool. Various paintings hung on the walls. On the floor near the wall stood a coffee table, 2 leather chairs with red pillows, a bookcase with various books, a wardrobe for shoes and outerwear, a stool. All this added some comfort to this place, so Naruto decided to rent a room for the night. Hello Shinobi-san, I see you from afar, said a young girl with short blonde hair and brown eyes, dressed in a light blue dress and black sandals. Hello, I would like to rent the simplest room for the night with you. Okay, it will cost you 648 ryo. Hold on, said Naruto, and handed the money to the girl. Thank you, here are your keys, the room is on the 2nd floor at the end of the corridor. Thank you, goodbye. Goodbye. Uzumaki climbed upstairs and entered the room. The room was not large, there was a wardrobe at the entrance, and behind it was a door to the bathroom. The kitchen and bedroom were combined. On the left side of the room was the bedroom, which had a futon and a bedside table next to it. A large carpet was laid in the middle of the room, and behind it was a table for eating. On the right side was the kitchen, with an electronic stove, cabinets for dishes and food, a refrigerator and a dishwasher. Cute, expressed his opinion about Naruto's number. Not the right word, Kurama replied mutually. I think you can walk around the city before it gets late in the evening, Uzumaki voiced his thoughts, and left the room, closing the door. Our hero walked around the town and watched life in the desert settlement. From the villages of the Land of Fire, it differed only in a different nature. But in other buildings. And the food, entertainment and stuff was the same. Naruto went to shops, bars, training grounds and other buildings. So he walked until the evening, and then returned to the room and fell asleep. After waking up, Uzumaki did all the morning routines, got dressed and ate his mother's food in a hurry, which he had taken with him. Leaving the hotel, he thanked for the room and went out into the street. Well, today I will see Suna and Temari. I hope she's not on a mission. Good luck, you fucking womanizer. Oh fuck you, fucking prankster. After these words, Naruto removed the resistance seals, the Biju Sennin mod entered and ran towards the hidden village. The guy ran through various small villages, oases and temporary camps of trade caravans. Naruto also noticed that there really was a strong gusty wind in the land of the wind. This was reflected in the clothing of the population of this country. Most of the men wore a white turban on their heads, which could save both from the heat and from the wind. As outerwear, they wore a white kandura, which also saved them from the heat. But the kandura was worn mostly by ordinary people, while shinobi liked to wear blue or black uniforms under beige-colored body armor to blend camouflage with its natural environment, as well as shoulder pads or body armor, and the headdress consists of a protector and a turban to protect against harsh weather conditions. This was new for the Scarlet-Haired man, as he traveled mainly in the land of fire, water and earth, as there were more orders. Considering the world around him, Uzumaki did not notice how he ran to Sunagakure. Seeing the gate 100 meters away, he left the Biju and Sennin modes and restored the resistance seals. As he approached the gate, he was stopped by guards dressed like a normal shinobi from the land of the wind, except that their turbans were orange and they wore a chunin vest over their t-shirt. "Hello, why did you come to us, Konokovitz?" asked the guard standing closer to Naruto. "I am a messenger. I need to give this scroll to the Kazekage-sama." A lever that opened the gate. Uzumaki was a little surprised by this, because in his village the gates are closed manually. It will be necessary to propose an idea with the opening of the Hokage gate. "Thank you," Naruto finally said and went to the village. Walking along the Suna, he concluded that the buildings in the main village of the country are almost no different from the houses in other villages. But there were exceptions. Some houses were spherical or made of stone. Just walking through the streets, the guy noticed several polygons, football, basketball and volleyball courts. He passed by a large city library, which was slightly smaller in size than the one in his native village. Uzumaki noticed that all the people walking towards him, be it a farmer or a shinobi, smiled at him affably. This was due to the fact that people somehow found out that he helped Gaara or just kind and friendly people live here. Naruto didn't have an answer to that question. Now he had already approached the residence, which looked very strange. It looked like a ball that was placed in a ring and a bridge was drawn from the ring to the ball. On the front wall was a small white circle inside which was written the character meaning wind, approximate from the author, Kaze, wind. Going inside, he saw many people running in different directions and handing over documents. Right after the doors was located the administration desk where Naruto found out where the Kage's office is. The guy went up to the last, third floor and went to the office. Having reached it, he knocked on the door and, hearing the word, "Come in," went inside. "Hello Kazekage-sama, I'm a messenger from Konoha and I have a scroll from Hokage-sama for you." Raza asked the Uzumaki as he unrolled the scroll. "Yes, it was me, but that's not so important. Right now, this scroll is the most important thing. The scroll is important, but what you think you saved my son is also important. Therefore, you deserve a reward. You can pick up the money tonight at the accounting department." "Thank you Kazekage-sama. You deserve it, and now let's move on to the scroll," the fourth said and began to read the scroll. Konoha wants to make an alliance with Suna, interesting. The same alliance will be made with Kiri. At the end of the war, in case of victory, we will receive some of the lands of the stone. It sounds tempting. I think this union will be useful both for our and for your village. Summed up Raza and began to write an answer to the letter. Here, give this to the Hokage, but for now you can rest in our village. Goodbye, Kazekage-sama, Naruto said and left the office. He immediately sealed the scroll in a seal on his shoulder. After that, he began to search for Temari with the help of sensors. Yes, she is in the village. I'm going to surprise her, Uzumaki said to himself. Running out of the residence, he asked one passerby where the flower shop was, after which he ran for flowers. Uzumaki decided to choose a bouquet of callas and hibiscus, as they are presented at a meeting as the highest degree of admiration for a girl, which was the case with Temari. Naruto decided to seal them in a seal on his wrist, after which he ran towards her. Naruto ran out into a wide street on the sides which was full of shops, eateries, restaurants and bars. But Uzumaki did not pay attention to this. His gaze was riveted on a girl with blonde hair that was braided into two tails. She was dressed in a white blouse over which the blonde wore an iron vest that did not reach her shoulders. Instead of pants, she wore a dark blue skirt with a vertical cut in the middle, gloves with cutout fingers of the same color as the skirt on her hands, and standard shinobi sandals of dark blue color on her feet. A large fan hung on the back of the girl, with which she attacked. On the right thigh of the blonde hung a katana, which she fought in close combat, and on the left was a large pouch for kunai. In my opinion, she has become even more beautiful, thought Uzumaki. He ran up to her and touched her shoulder, saying, Temari. To which she abruptly turned around and was about to slap her, as the guy stopped her hand and looked into her widened green eyes. Naruto, the girl said, and her cheeks were covered with a slight blush. Yes, it's me, the guy said and handed the bouquet, to which she replied. Oh Kami-sama, they are so beautiful, thank you Naruto, and hugged him. You grew up, although not so much time passed, it's just that I was again in the summoning world for a long time. Well, these are small things, but you have become even more beautiful. Thank you, the girl answered shyly. Are you free now or do you have any business? Breaking the hug, Naruto asked. I just delivered the mission report, so yes, I'm free, Temari replied. Then where are we going? I know a place here, let's go there. They joined hands and began to walk further along this wide street, talking about many things. So they did not notice how they turned left, and then right and passed many more establishments on the sign of which it was written. Author's note, Tatsumi Jerboa. Yes, very strange name. As I understand it, they sell jerboas there? Yes, that's right. But you just try. Okay. Going inside, Naruto immediately noticed that there were a lot of people in this institution, and there were literally 2 or 3 empty tables left. The place itself was something like that bar from Back to the Future 3. Our heroes sat down at a free table by the window, and soon a waiter approached them. Naruto and Temari ordered fried jerboa with fresh vegetables. They continued talking about various little things. After about 10 minutes, the order was brought, which made the scarlet-haired man very happy, because he had eaten only very little this morning, and because of the run he was very hungry. In the end, he ate everything. Very tasty. Of course, you can't compare with ramen, but it's at least something, Naruto said and leaned on the back of the chair. And I told you that it's delicious here, Temari said and set aside her empty plate. They asked to bring the bill. But while they were waiting, they started talking. I wanted to show you my favorite place. Okay, Naruto said and looking at the bill, left the money and started to rise. Let's go, Uzumaki said and took Temari's hand. Soon they came to a small park, which was made in an oasis. A beautiful lake was located in the middle, and palm trees and flowers were planted on the sides. In some places there were benches, in some places there were chairs. But our heroes sat down under the biggest tree. It's good that you came. I'm glad about it myself, it's a pity that the war will start soon. But we will be allies. Just for this reason, I came to Suna. It's a pity that the war will begin. Innocent people will die. Villages will be destroyed, there will be enough bad news, we'll make it. Let's just forget about it and sit and enjoy this beautiful place. Let's. So they sat and gradually approached each other. Temari rested her head on Uzumaki's shoulder and thought about what a good, kind, strong and intelligent person he was. Slowly, sympathy grew into falling in love. Temari, will you become my girlfriend? Asked Pren. Of course, she answered and raised her head. Each looked into each other's eyes, and each drowned in them. Their faces began to close, their eyes closed, and as a result, their lips closed in a kiss. Soon they interrupted him due to lack of air. So they sat for another half an hour and Temari fell asleep on Naruto's shoulder. Well, everything is clear with her. I'll take her to the fourth, and I'll take the money myself, Uzumaki said to himself, taking the girl in his arms and moving to the Kazekage's office. Kazekage-sama, your daughter fell asleep, and I brought her to you, Naruto said, and putting her on the sofa, then left the office and headed towards where the pointer was pointing. In the accounting department, he got his money and moved to the Hokage's residence. Hokage-sama, the scroll has been delivered. The Kazekage-sama asked me to give you this, the Uzumaki said and held out the scroll. Free, Minato answered and accepted the scroll from the hands of the Chunin. After that, the guy moved to his room where he put the money in the safe and began to undress. At that moment, Kushina came into his room in a nightgown. When she saw him, she blushed a little. Oh Kami, he's so handsome. Stop Kushina, that's your son. Hi mom, where is Karen? She's in training. Damn, mom is so sexy in this nightgown, what am I thinking? Naruto thought, confused. Now it will be fun, thought Kurama. This is where the story ends.